Trash bin talk.
Hello everybody, my name is Raccoon Bro VA, and welcome to a very special reaction. Now, for those of you who follow my community posts, I mentioned how for my public reactions, stuff that's non-members, I'm going to be focusing mainly on Death Battle. However, I did not say that it was limited to just Death Battle when it comes to versus content. We got a new challenger approaching. Josh Scorcher, one of the OG Countdown YouTubers, is here with his own versus series called Triple F. And I'm now here with Behemoth, Steve, and Huntimis to react to it. Well, Steve a little less so, because he caught the early access for it in the server, but still, he's here to like provide a little bit insight, because like this is a very cool matchup that a lot of us have kind of gotten invested in, like with how much Josh has been hyping this up.
Yeah, no, I did watch the early screening. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. That's my approval right there. Done.
It definitely is interesting to see someone else, like other than Death Battle, go out of his way to like basically make what is essentially like a passion project for like a matchup that like he really digs, especially since, you know, Blaze is definitely the kind of character that like I've wanted to see on Death Battle proper for years, but obviously the question is like trying to find that perfect matchup, and Starfire was always there, but a part of me like was thinking like, would Death Battle ever do it? Well, here's Josh coming out of nowhere saying, fine, I'll do it myself.
Yeah. I'm kind of glad that he's doing it, because I don't know, like, to me Blaze like feels like one of those like smaller Sonic characters that Death Battle like wouldn't really bother with. Like they kind of been like limited to just like the main Sonic cast and Eggman and Shadow, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, a part of me was gonna counter that by saying they did Silver, but at the same time they did Archie Silver, because Game Silver has like nothing to him. So,
exactly.
Yeah. Game Silver got nothing.
Also, Jesus Christ, that countdown time.
That is weird. Yeah.
Could YouTube have picked like a better fucking countdown?
Because
this is YouTube.
He picked the longest one too.
Yeah. This is also a long ass video. You want me to tell you the time?
It's like 30 minutes.
40.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It's 40. The fight's like decently long. It was like, oh god, this fight's still going, and I got hyped all the time. Like,
dang, that's exciting.
Yeah, this is. I got a good feeling about this one. I feel like this is the kind of thing that you wouldn't do if you like didn't have a good reason for it, since this is not the kind of content people would expect from his channel normally.
I really do want this shit to succeed, because it's like, you know, there are admittedly big ass community, a lot of matchups that just won't get on the show.
Yeah, that's true.
And here's this chance of like someone doing a legally distinct version of the show.
Yeah, and that's kind of what
very distinct.
It's kind of what people have been seeing other shows like Fan Battle for a while, where it's like, the matchups that people have been talking about for a while, but it's just like for one reason or another, it's just gonna take a while for them to get, you know, Death Battle versions. So it doesn't have to feel as much like a Monopoly, really.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you also got fucking shit like Fan Battle Cast, like eventually plan on talking about all kinds of wacky matchups.
Yeah, I do plan to appear on more of those. I've been on 2 so far.
I'm supposed to appear on 3.
Maybe one of these days I'll actually debate on one. I'm surprised. I'm kind of surprised they didn't get me to debate on Henry Stickmin versus Second Coming, because that's one I feel like I could have actually been qualified for.
I'm supposed to debate on 3. I know that for a fact. It's well, one of them is because I'm the only motherfucker in that server that played Skies of Arcadia. So.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
One of these days we'll get Luffy versus the guy from Skies of Arcadia.
Vice.
I forgot.
Motherfucker, I know you're most wanted. You can't even pronounce Vice.
Well, no, I just forgot the name. So that's arguably worse.
That is worse.
So I do want to like have more Versus series appear on my reactions on my channel, because I want to, give attention to other parts of the fandom. And I did that for a bit with the Smash Bracket before, it sadly ended. And so, and the reason I want to do it for longer ones like these is because I don't like reacting to shorter animations, because I feel like I don't have much to add other than that was really cool. But with something like this, I feel like there's more for lack of a better word, substance for me to pause and point out and be like, oh shit, that's awesome. I feel like I have an easier time adding stuff to it, and I want to learn more about these characters too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You learn a lot about these characters. I will say that. There was shit revealed. I did not know that.
Blaze is like the character that has like the most obscure stuff that'll come out of just absolutely nowhere, and I'm just like, why doesn't Sega just do this in an actual game with her? Please
give us some actual stuff.
Don't worry. Sega's good now. We needed to make a good Sonic game first, and we did.
Can we get Silver Generations now?
No,
Silver Generation.
A Silver and Blaze game would go dummy.
Oh, that would be so fun.
God,
but please don't give her please let her be a princess from another dimension, though, if they do that. I don't want it to be the 06 backstory again.
Yeah,
I've seen the previews for that he put out earlier in the week, so I know that the backstory shit is going to be really confusing for these two.
Because
of course it is.
06
right.
moment, really.
Yeah. 06 moment.
Fuck Sonic 06.
Let's go.
We don't talk about those
full
things.
screen.
Yeah.
Ooh. It's gonna be an hour and a half long.
This reaction's gonna be 2 hours long.
Probably. I mean, Bowser versus Eggman. Oh.
Princess of the Soul Empire, Protector of Dimensions, and Guardian of the Soul Emeralds.
Starfire,
Probably need to turn it up a little bit.
Liberator of slaves and heart of the Teen Titans.
While most princesses bear the mantle of demure politicians, some passionate sorts like to take a more hands-on approach in defending their realms.
Like these two purple-friendly neighborhood. Wait, they're from another planet. Fiery heroines.
Yeah.
Now, there are some fair questions as to what we are taking as canon in this.
I like
For
that it's Josh and
Starfire,
Ari.
we are considering the main comics, aka Starfire Prime, as our primary source.
But
Right.
if there are some things in supplemental material, such as in Elseworlds, cartoons, or video games,
Look at all these rules, man.
Wow, commands are in the prior knowledge, free for any moral strains.
I don't have time to read all this.
And Death Battle only has 3.
Yeah, okay.
No, they have 4, I think, right?
So,
I think it's 4.
So there is a possibility of not ending in death according to Rule 6. That's interesting.
Incapacitated, yeah.
that don't flat out contradict the main series, we're including it.
As for Blaze, as she's originally a video game character, we'll be taking her game appearances as our primary.
All right.
But as long as there aren't any contradictions,
so
we're also
no
including
Archie.
the side games, IDW comics, and some snippets from Bumblecast as supplements.
Yeah, Ian.
So, no, we are not using the Archie Blaze here.
Okay.
Long story short,
Fair
it
enough.
actually makes the fight less interesting. He's Josh and I'm Aramau.
And we're here to analyze their powers, abilities, and stats to find out who would win a battle to the death.
I like that there's you can see a little previews of the animation here in the pictures.
That's actually cool. I love all the video game weapons. You got Meta Knight's sword, the Monado, the Keyblade.
Josh, please put the PS5 up properly. What are you doing?
It's funny looking.
There's two different ways to set up your PS5, and
you
neither are right.
Both, Josh. What are you doing?
I'm gonna need a copy of War and Peaches and Fun with Badgers. Thank you.
Simp Tsunami? Is that like instead of Sharknado, it's Simp Tsunami?
No, I know. How are you ignoring Hobbit Goes to Manhattan?
I wanted to let somebody else read it. And pummeling penguins.
Right. All right, Blaze versus Starfire.
Let's see.
Hendel the Dragon.
Let's see what we got. Hey, Cooler Dash, welcome. You're just in time.
I've been subscribed to Josh Gorger for years.
Did you ever consider that he might delve into the realm of verses?
No, he did have. I do remember him having. A top 10 most wanted death battles a long time ago.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, he did. I forgot about that.
How many?
Number one was obviously Travis versus Jack.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, of course it was.
Have any of them been made into death battles yet?
What?
Any of the ones on his list, have any of them become death battles in the future?
I don't know. It's been a long time.
Fair enough. Also, shout out to, the Celestia U2s.
Celestia.
Really?
Hey, it's legally distinct.
Fiery and fights.
Beyond the stars lies an alien
not
planet
think
of
he would become a
humanoids,
brony.
born with incredible strength and the inherent ability to absorb energy emitted
Alright.
from the sun. and
This
soar
editing
through
already passes
skies
the
of
vibe
their
check,
home.
by the way.
On this world, a
Yeah.
savior.
Yeah, wow, this is really good
Pure
editing.
of heart would
Oh, the
abide
editing,
on our planet,
the editing
always
sets.
holding back
That's
their immense
100%.
strength for fear of hurting the innocent. Eventually, they would become a
This is what happens
shining
when you
beacon
have
of
a
hope for the
Kickstarter
people
during
of Earth.
streams.
That's right. We're talking about
Princess Coriander of Tamaran.
Yeah, have a what during streams? Somebody said, okay.
Corey, hey, that's
Oh,
your
so
nose.
I loved
Was the
how
second
how that word is worded to make it sound like it was Superman.
child of
Yeah.
three
Damn it.
siblings of
Oh
Tamaran's
yeah, that's right.
royal
That's their
family.
name.
Oh, middle child
their
syndrome.
dog's name is
In
Corey.
royalty, no less. That historically turns out really well.
And here it's just as messy. Her elder sister, Commander, seemed ready to become queen. Before she could, a childhood illness crippled her and she lost her birthright. Commander did not take this well. She attempted and failed to kill Corey, resulting in her own banishment.
Did she learn her lesson? Well, no. Commander
Yeah, this shit
allied
gets pretty
herself with
dark.
the Citadel, a ruthless slaver empire that invaded most of their local star system. With her new allies, Space Scar here easily conquered Tamaran. But to ensure peace and the safety of his people, the king, you know, her father, sold off his own baby girl to the Citadel as a slave. Dude,
Like, my god.
not cool. Best dad judges you.
Well, in the king's feeble defense, it was either that or have all his people be taken prisoner. Plus, he likely didn't know
Not a
what they'd
situation
actually do
that
to
anybody wants to be
Corey,
put
as
in.
She was tortured
Yeah.
and
Yikes.
especially abused
Oh,
by
God.
Commander and the Citadel
Oh.
for 6 years.
Like, that's
until
fucking
both
crazy.
sisters were kidnapped and experimented on by the sadistic scientist species known as the Scions.
They used both sisters as guinea pigs for their experiments to see how much energy a Tamaranian can absorb before exploding into a pile of alien guts. This particular set of
Ugh.
experiments went on for 10 years. Suddenly feeling like hugging my babies right now. 1 minute.
In an ironic twist, the Citadel
Yeah.
invaded
Yeah,
twins.
talk about quite the matchup to start your series on after just becoming parents.
Free Commander,
Yeah, dude,
and
it's
during
probably
this
heavy as hell.
chaos, Coriander was
To
granted
twins.
strange
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
no.
It gets even crazier.
powers, which she promptly used to free herself and flee to the stars. Soon she arrived on planet Earth, where she had a fateful encounter with the former sidekick of Batman, Robin. After that got sorted,
Blah, blah,
she
blah.
would find safety and camaraderie with
I mean,
other
to be
heroes
fair,
like Raven,
Chad's a
Beast
dad.
Boy, and Cyborg. These weirdos and goofballs became her family away from home, and she decided to protect Earth under the alias Starfire. Ari, that's your cue.
I was getting baby huggies. Leave me alone.
You're lying.
The alien Starfire. You know, that's just the English translation of her name, right? Though wouldn't it have been funny if her superhero name was just the Spice Coriander? I mean, she is kind of spicy.
Bruh.
Fine.
You
Anyways,
call her spicy
over
and show a
time,
picture
with
of
a few
her
adventures
eating
under their
mustard.
utility belts,
It could be spicy. Yeah, spicy mustard.
these young underdogs would
Yeah,
become known
spicy
as the
mustard.
Teen Titans. Starfire proved to be an incredible asset to the Titans thanks to her alien physiology. Tamaranians are descended from a feline race. Yeah, really, what are the odds? And they're super strong, super fast, super
What?
durable, and can fly through
Yep,
the air.
she's a
And
cat
because of
girl.
the psionic
Oh, I should, yeah, there we
the
go.
odds.
Yeah, Starfire is technically a cat girl.
Huh.
That's a good image.
And they're super strong,
Yeah.
super fast,
Good
super
reaction
durable,
shot,
and
yeah.
can fly through the air.
My
Because of
reaction
the
to that
psionic
information.
experiments, She
Huh?
can fire
Yep.
beams of solar energy.
These solar rays are her star bolts. The only good thing to come from those horrific experiments.
How many of those
they can
Teen
burn as
Titans
hot as
villains
a
were
star
actually in
and
the comic?
Probably.
From the
probably a
actual
few.
show?
Yeah, probably a few.
imagine- I imagine
I
a
think
good
all
bit.
of them. I think
Yeah.
all of them are from the comics.
They probably just got like massively redesigned because of the art style that Teen Titans was going
What
for.
about-
So
Yeah.
What
green,
about-
green and
what
yellow
about
are
the-
higher in
what about-
potency, but pink lasers could be her holding back.
Yeah, instead of black boxes, we have orange boxes.
Ah,
Orange
Wow.
boxes.
legally
What
distinct.
about Red X?
even
I've
affect
never heard of it.
intangible
I don't think I've
beings.
ever heard of
Over
Red
time,
X
she
in
learned to
DC.
expel them from her body in dozens of creative
No,
ways,
I think
though
Red
she
X
seems to
knew
favor
something.
the simple approaches of firing them through her eyes and from her hands.
She can shape them to use as energy shields, implode them to suck in nearby energy, or even focus all the energy she has into an omnidirectional supernova, which can instantly vaporize people arguably more powerful than she is. However, it's incredibly draining to use, so it's a bit of a desperation move. Starfire is hot, figuratively and
Yeah, I gotta know
literally,
who all
as
like the
flames that
editors
burst
are
from
that they
her
got on this.
Yeah.
melting body can
Yeah.
survive
Yeah, the
vacuum
Titan
space
show.
and last from planet to
We
planet.
don't talk about the
Similar
Titan
to
show.
Kryptonians, Tamarians can
I'm
absorb
pretty sure
energy,
Starfire is the
specifically
only
ultra
person where it's okay, is the only DC character
Violet
where
Ray.
it's okay to cast cast her as a black woman.
Why?
Orange
Because
skin.
orange.
All right.
Because orange.
I
mean, Gamora is played by a black actress.
don't know. I would have liked it. I would have liked it if they paint.
If their skin is neither black nor white, then it should be okay to cast either.
No, I would have liked it if they painted her orange like Gamora.
And also, to be fair to Titans, Garfield was not painted green. So
Yeah, he was in green. Yeah, I remember that. He just had, I
Boo.
think, green eyes and green hair.
Boo! It's not fun.
The other problem with Titans is that they made Starfire dress like a hooker. That was wild.
Yeah, that was. I remember that was your main problem with it, was the costume design.
And then there was the thing that made everyone mad.
Fuck Batman.
Oh, Batman.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to you guys hearing the joke I came up with for my Nightwing versus Daredevil segment.
Oh,
But to be fair, that was the right mindset for Nightwing, considering how he left Batman at the time.
yeah,
It's nice
like
'cause our sun
Dick
gives
and
up
Bruce
plenty
always
of
haven't
that.
fallen out like
Usually
that.
after just a few hours of sunbathing, she's in good shape for a few days. While Starfire
Oh, she's like
can
half the
absorb
college
other
girls
types of
that I know.
energy or radiation to
Oh,
boost
so
her
she's
abilities,
Kryptonian.
such as solar or electromagnetic. If it's too foreign to what she's used to, then it could exhaust her or put her into a coma.
That said, she adapts
Okay,
to
a
it pretty
weaker
quickly once she wakes up.
a
She
weaker
also has
Kryptonian.
Something like that.
Basically.
Telepathic immunity. She has been affected by those. Yeah, making it more of a strong resistance. All right.
some other powers that seem kind of left
And at
field,
the same
like
time, it's
astral
also Darkseid.
projection, mental resistance, or
Yeah,
learning any
yeah.
language by lip contact. That must have made Robin feel so special when he found that out, huh?
Even without her powers, she's
Well,
That movie's godlike. I don't care what it says.
Oh, it's
very
very
love
nostalgic for me.
As well as sparring with members of the Justice League. She's
I
beaten
love that
Wonder Girl
movie.
a few times, and an already incredibly skilled swordsman couldn't track her. So he ended up losing his hands.
Nice.
Ooh. After some time, Star proved herself to be a
More
decent
more
leader of
cat
the
clips.
Titans.
Oh,
And
no,
why
it's
wouldn't she?
Dooku.
She's clearly the glue that holds them together, as every time she leaves, no really, every
She
single
Dooku'd someone,
time,
took off
the
their
Teen
hands.
Titans fall apart. Wreckmas indeed.
Yeah, Starfire often comes across as a naive airhead, but pretty much all her faux pas are caused by simple culture shock. In fact, Star is deceptively clever and has quite a few tactical successes under her belt, even though she's clearly more comfortable deferring to more experienced people's plans rather than making up her own.
Sure, most initiative Corey takes usually boils down to hit it really hard, but when you're tanky enough to survive a blast
We
from
just
Sinar
have to hit them
and powerful
really
enough
hard.
to blast through a ship built to
Why
survive
don't we just
supernovas,
group
do you
up
need to be
together
strategic all that
and
often?
hit
She
it
also
till it
crashed
dies.
through a skeletal Trigon skull.
Jump
Keep in
it.
mind,
Starfire and
being with a
Cyborg
tenth
do
of
a
his power is
wrestling contest. Find out who's stronger.
easily capable of destroying a universe. She's fought at the level of other DC heavy hitters like Firestorm, several Lantern Corps members,
Ooh, Firestorm.
Manhunters, and even held her own against Wonder Woman.
Yeah, the same Wonder Woman that helped pull Earth back into orbit. The same Wonder Woman who regularly outfoxes the tactical genius and God of War Ares, and
And the same one that chopped down a bunch of trees in one swipe.
the same Wonder
Yeah.
Woman who deflected every
While
piece
leaving
of
the hair
God
intact.
flying across the
Yeah,
DC universe.
that takes precision.
Somehow.
The DC universe is 100 trillion light years across, but more recent
Yeah, I'm really liking
calculations
this
put
bit.
that
Yep,
number at
every DC fight
56.77.
has to bring that up.
Oh god, the frickin' DC age and the expansion rate. That is
Yeah.
so dumb.
It's like the
At
equivalent of
low end,
Goku's
that puts Wonder Woman's speed at
shockwaves.
56 quintillion times faster than light.
It's like an infinite amount of
At the
shockwaves.
high end, well,
Yeah.
that puts her at, give or take, 1.5 undecillion times the speed of light.
So yes, Starfire
I like
Whatever
numbers.
the hell that
Yeah.
number
Wonder
is.
Woman.
I'm
Numbers.
glad they got the
Okay,
range
yes,
at
Diana
least.
wasn't going all out in their scuffle, so Star's probably not that fast. Especially considering it consistently takes her some time to fly back 26 light years to Tamaran's cosmic neighborhood.
Oh, interesting.
Huh.
Okay.
But hey, Star can still tag people like Jessie Quick. Sure, she's a lower tier speedster, but she's a lower tier DC speedster.
Right.
Context matters.
Starfire can survive
Yep.
the equivalent
Yep.
of a Chernobyl meltdown in her face, and could even survive a cosmic storm that was moving the trillions of light years sized DC universe off balance and threatened to create an unprecedented warping in the space-time continuum.
Starfire got knocked around.
no big
a bit,
deal.
but
That
for
makes
the most
sense.
part, you can see why it's no surprise that
Yeah.
she's often referred to as the strongest Titan. I know Josh was joking at the start, but it really feels like she's the closest we've gotten to a true female Superman in personality and in powers.
Make no mistake,
Superman with a
Starfire
beard
is
goes
capable
crazy.
of godlike feat.
Well,
we
I'm going to say this. Starfire's going to do more than skin this cat.
well, hey,
Yeah.
let's not count Blaze out just yet.
Wow, that
Yeah.
was really on the nose. But unfortunately, that power is often turned against her. Plus, Corey's caring heart causes her to both bullheadedly charge into danger and hold back her power.
Yeah, here's
often
where we
making
get into
her
weaknesses.
A liability in a team fight. Clever foes can and do take advantage of this, and as a result, she's lost many of her battles. And that's not getting into some of her less appealing outings.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Oh,
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
we
what
can listen
Lord
with that.
Liefeld did they do to my baby?
Unfortunately,
So
writing Corey
weird.
has proven challenging, as she has many traits that are difficult to balance. Many
Hmm.
writers have succeeded, but others often lean too heavily on one or the other, leading to flanderization such as New 52 or...
Nope.
Go.
Out of my house. Give me
Hey.
the studio, Satan.
Hey, I actually had to watch it! You know how many episodes of that there are?
It's over 400.
Many.
Yeah.
Months.
And hey, the movie's good. I'll give them that.
Most importantly,
Mother-
Starfire's power has a lot of
Anything involving the
DC's
Knights of Sign is the only episodes I'll watch.
DC's biggest jobber.
No, you can't
Ah.
convince me that
Why?
Starfire job's more than Flash. You have no idea how funny it is. And like one issue, Flash can be like the most OP guy ever, and the next he like trips over some rocks and just gets knocked out.
Oh god, and don't even get me started on what they did to him in the Injustice movie.
Oh my god, that actually
no.
pissed me. That actually pissed me
That
off.
actually was just not good.
Like,
That actually pissed me off.
that might
The
be one of the
only-
most insulting death scenes I've ever seen in a film.
And also, to be honest, the only good thing about that movie is Plastic.
Sorry, the only good thing about it is what?
Plastic Man.
Oh, Plastic Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
plastic.
yeah, the Plastic Man was great. I love Plastic Man. Also, Mr. Terrific. Terrific's cool too.
Aw. Plastic Man versus.
Terrific takes off his shirt, Plastic Man. Oh, I'm very flattered, but also very married.
I did like the twist with one of the Robins being Dead Man or whatever.
Yeah, Deadwing. Nightwing becoming Deadwing.
That's but like even then, like they took Nightwing's death in Injustice, which was already stupid, and made it even more stupid.
Yeah.
Do you guys think they'll do Plastic Man versus Mr. Fantastic?
Especially
What I'm hoping.
I've heard people want Mr. Fantastic versus Mr. Terrific.
Yes, that's the matchup I want for Reed. I think that is like a really good matchup that puts like two of Marvel and DC's greatest intellects against each other.
How about Plastic Man versus Kamala Khan?
Damien was in that movie.
Plastic Man versus who?
Kamala Khan.
Oh,
no.
nope.
No.
All right. Okay, no,
versus Scott
it's okay. We'll
versus
just put her
Ant-Man
against.
Scott.
We'll just put her against Luffy. That's okay.
Fuck you.
Even worse.
If you can fly much faster than light, doing that
Nah,
leaves her
Deku.
so fatigued she'll pass out for days.
Deku versus Luffy. There you go.
These are even
Fuck
worse.
you.
No.
Sucks.
Why does she suck at tennis?
Without a consistent source of ultraviolet
That's-
light,
I mean, what about
she
you? Are you good at tennis?
quickly burns through all her stored energy.
Fair enough.
Thirdly,
No.
her
Hey, I'm great at tennis.
powers are connected
Starfire
to her
and Raven's
emotional
body.
state. If she feels
This is a great
dragging, which is
episode.
like
Fun fact about this episode.
Love
They-
body swap episodes.
It was a body swap episode, and they do the thing where they swap the voices too. But apparently, they originally were going to have the actresses do impressions of each other, but their impressions were so spot on that the directors were like, "Wait, this is ridiculous. We should just go ahead and let you guys just play your characters anyway. Like it basically sounds the same either way." So that's funny.
joy or righteous fury, her powers often get stronger, even entering a berserker state of extreme strength and nigh invulnerability, allowing her to briefly surpass Donna Troy and Mon-El combined. if she were to feel stifling emotions like despair, fear, confusion, or even feel nothing, her powers greatly weaken.
But that's not really a huge deal, as it's only gotten that bad, like, never, I think. In fact, her cheerfulness is so indomitable that she achieved the power of a blue lantern.
Look at
a
that.
Lantern core of
Ooh.
hope.
Oh,
Remember, lantern
that's
wings
sick.
can create light-based
That's cool.
constructs from anything in the wielder's imagination. Heck, one time Jon Stewart created a whole solar system with his. Speaking of, whenever a blue
Okay.
lantern is around a green lantern, it unlocks literally the most power in the lantern core emotional spectrum. And yeah,
Yep,
Starfire
that is
was
true.
one of those. Until Hal Jordan confiscated the ring, that jerk.
Nah.
Why?
Oh,
Well,
okay.
he felt she was too young.
That doesn't sound right. Let me see that. Ari, this is a comic for kindergartners.
And it's canon, it's still Starfire, and that other legally distinct show has taken from weirder sources.
Ari.
No, you're giving me this. It makes perfect sense. Her own flesh and blood sold her into torture and has tried to kill her on multiple occasions. Even her best friend tried to kill her on her wedding day, and she's still a bright ray of sunshine.
Aw.
Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that.
Corey has every reason to hate the world, heck, even to destroy it. And you're telling me she's not worthy of being a Blue Lantern when she can look at a heartless bigot who views her as less than nothing and would rather die than be saved by her and still say,
You may not value my life, but I still value yours.
Yeah, Hal did her dirty.
Aw.
Fuck you, Hal.
Yes,
For her
I love
plan
that
of
clip.
joining the Justice League and also raising a family of her own, Starfire would be recognized as a burning glory for those in need. When you see a
Starfire
woman in
Blue
the
Lantern
sky,
when.
hair of burning flame,
Yeah.
no evil will fall
It makes sense,
behind
but it's
her
also kind of
might
funny.
and her
That, like,
smile.
Yay.
yeah.
Oh no, they killed them.
They killed him. They
No.
killed both Robin and
Josh,
Josh.
you killed him too early.
No.
That's how it ends. It ends before it can even start.
Oh god, like I didn't know that you were that powerful.
Oh God, Josh is stronger than the DC Heralds. Oh no.
Imagine that kind of flex. You just got done analyzing how powerful a character was, only to kill them in an instant.
Yeah.
That is like, all right, that's dumb as Starfire. Pulls out a fucking gun.
Have you seen the ending of Josh's countdowns? He's
He
the
always,
one
yeah.
making that explosion.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Kaboom.
Explosions are his thing.
He's the
is
one that
funny.
makes that planet destroying the explosion at the end.
Sorry everyone, Starfire versus Blaze has been cancelled. It is being replaced by Blaze versus me!
Fucking me.
Well, that is however long Blaze is still around.
Tier tabletop adventures. Check out the
Ooh,
complete white
it's a spoucher.
fully compatible with 5e, Pathfinder First Edition,
Huh?
and Pathfinder Second Edition. With over
Alright,
340
I think this is a good
pages,
time to talk about what we've been thinking of this so far. Very
Really
very,
good edit.
very fire editing. I think that is like
good
by
editing.
what the thing that like probably sticks out to me the most, like how much time and effort they put into the look of this new show. Like, cause it's like, yeah, it's a professional looking versus show, but it doesn't feel like it's piggybacking off Death Battle too much. It's very much got its own aesthetic going on,
Yeah.
and I really like how much they've been like going into like they give Starfire a lot of credit in this battle, despite having to.
I just realized I can bring up 06 when it comes to Blaze's backstory.
Well, we'll get to
Kudos.
that. We'll get to that.
It's kind of inevitable.
But yeah, no,
unfortunately.
I'm really
Yeah.
liking like how they were treated Starfire in that. Like they give her.
Oh yeah, no, that
a
was
lot-
a really
Yeah.
lot of due credit and
I
have to.
will say in the chat when we got to Blue Lantern, we were all like, "Wait, really? She's a Blue Lantern, technically."
I mean,
That is pretty cool though.
yeah,
I
DC
got-
characters.
It makes sense. It makes sense because I think
it wouldn't be the
Superman
first-
become a Blue Lantern at one point?
I mean, she wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first time a crossover fight gave a DC character a lantern ring for the fight.
yeah,
Yeah,
but like they did with Black Adam.
Black Adam.
But
You know, it makes sense though, because like Starfire, like the Blue Lanterns, they're supposed to be compassion, and that fits Corey to a T. Or actually, no, is it Hope or
It's
Hope,
hope.
yeah.
It's hope.
it
yeah.
goes to show like how much deep cuts they were able to find for this battle, and like that they were able to include such
a real
obscure
question.
things like that.
If Death Battle can give Black Adam a Yellow Lantern ring, can they do the same for other characters, like say Scarecrow?
Batman. Oh,
Scarecrow.
we went two different places.
Yeah, as long as he's able to
I mean,
steal
if
it.
they give Scarecrow a fear ring, then like they'd probably have to give Mysterio like actual like magic powers that he's had in the past.
Posits
Oh,
that
so the
we are
tablet
all
from
living in
Shattered
just
Dimensions.
one variation of
Yes.
countless universes, full of alternate versions of each and every one. In
that
some, I
multiverses?
could be a famous football player. Or
Yes,
Aramau
Grunkle
could like
Stunkle and the
Teen Titans
Funkle
Go.
Bunkle.
Horrifying. But in the world of Sonic lies an alternate dimension of our favorite blue hedgehog, the Soul Dimension. It's not that much different. I mean,
Oh, they
it
are
even has its
using
own
this
version of the egghead. Biggest difference is that in this version, Sonic is a purple cat girl princess. Yeah, it's weird,
More
but
cat
there's
girls.
two. If I had a nickel
Yep.
for
This is Blaze, descendant of the
Just
royal
cut off
family
the
who
joke.
protected their sacred treasure, the
You
Jeweled
know.
Scepter, for generations. From birth, Blaze was gifted power over fire, so she could eventually become the guardian of the Jeweled Scepter, as
Right.
well
And
as
a
the
part of
Soul
Silver's
Emeralds,
bad
a
future.
dimensional counterpart
Yeah,
to the
I'm
Chaos
Really
Emeralds.
hates
too
pirates,
bad
though.
she just couldn't actually control her powers
Yeah.
like at all.
Wait, she's
and it kind
14?
of made any potential friends.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's like one of those things
All the
where
Sonic, yeah,
with-
all the Sonic characters are teens. I'm pretty sure.
a lot
I
of people
forget-
posit that they just age differently because they're animals.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
guess that makes
true.
sense. I keep forgetting
I'm
that
pretty
like
sure- I'm
Sonic
pretty
they're
sure
all
Amy-
like 15.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
Except
sure
Shadow.
I'm pretty sure Amy is no longer 12.
yeah, she's 48 now.
It's
She has to file her
crazy.
taxes in the next game.
Leader of the Resistance has to file taxes. What the fuck is this?
Well, yeah,
You know what?
I'm
Maybe
excited
we
to learn more about Blaze because I feel like she
Yeah.
could use more appearances in the games, and I'm glad that she's been doing more stuff in the comics as well, like in the recent issues.
Yeah.
I need
Yeah.
to catch
She
up
didn't
on the
auto-
comics.
It's really good.
Automatically know how to control flames
Yeah,
that
they're good,
literally
good.
shoot out of her soul. Kids bully each other for the dumbest reasons. Like, can you do it? I don't think so.
Because of that, Blaze would come to see
Poor
her
Josh.
powers only
Poor
as
Josh.
a curse. Coupled with the political duties of princesshood, rife with people lying to her every day, she grew up lonely, mistrustful, and bitter. But everything changed when Eggman came to her dimension and stole the Soul Emeralds. Thanks to her connection to said emeralds, Blaze was able to follow him. She knew what she had to do: retrieve the emeralds she was sworn to protect and return home.
Unfortunately, a
I'm honestly
lifetime of
surprised
isolation
that I
ended.
never like got these games because I was a DS kid, but I never actually got any of the Sonic Rush games.
Well,
never-
it's,
feel like
it's
I missed
funny.
out.
It's funny because for me, my sister actually owned Sonic Rush, and we both shared the DS, but I never played it.
Weird.
I did
You
did
had
have
the
Sonic-
game in your collection.
I did have Sonic Rush, but I could never get past the casino level because of a stupid wall.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when I played the original Sonic on Genesis, not the actual Genesis, but you know, I could never ever get past the second zone. I don't think anybody's able to get past Marble Zone on their first try, or Labyrinth Zone, or whatever.
Independence made her butt heads with everyone who could possibly help her, like Knuckles, who she chumped and left buried under a pile of
considering
rocks.
Marble
After
Zone-
learning what it truly means to have friends from Cream.
Now, Knuck.
Especially considering Marble Zone goes against everything you learned from Green Hill Zone.
So it's Princess versus Imperial Princess between regions, and oh,
He's from a
okay.
future where everyone has powers.
Yeah.
Oh
I
boy.
do not
Only in
know-
Europe.
Not
though.
Twilight Sparkle. And the blue blur himself knocking a
No.
little sense into her.
Now we're Americanizing this one.
She learned that sometimes it's okay
Yep.
to trust others with the fate of the world.
After Rush, Blaze returned to her home dimension and would find herself encountering Sonic on many more occasions, fighting more villains, making new friends, and becoming a recurring member of the cast.
Yeah.
She even became a part of Team
Yeah.
Rose.
Ah, replacing the other purple cat.
I want to say,
Good
replace
call.
Big.
Blaze is an
We don't talk about Big.
Nah, that boy's retired. He's living the good life.
No, he's just
Fishing.
fishing.
Yeah, he's
He's-
a
No,
person.
He's big game fishing.
Now relegated the cameos.
an acrobat with uncanny spatial awareness.
I love the Olympics
suck my
footage.
dick.
It's so...
Over time, she's learned to master her pyrokinetic abilities and use them in conjunction with her physical skills.
She's got all kinds of moves, but most often Blaze uses her flames and ballet-like acrobatics to spin like a fiery Tasmanian devil.
I'm glad they used the.
Yeah.
I'm glad they used the light Thero clip there.
Yeah. Holy
I must go. My dimension needs me.
I do not vibe with this world anymore.
I do not vibe with this world.
She can propel herself with bursts, fly through the air, dash fast enough to
cannot
create
deal
after
with
images, shoot fireballs, and
bullshit
I
anymore.
think she teleported there. Jury's out on that one. Ian Flynn won't return my calls.
This deep connection with
I mean, if Jason Voorhees can teleport, I buy it.
not only allows her to erase
writing that one.
lesser beings
Right,
of fire,
he can make
but
it
allows her
canon.
to seal within her the entity known as Iblis, the raw power of the multiversal threat Solaris.
The flames of disaster.
Burned the entire
flame.
planet and left it in a state of ruin for 200 years.
Hang on, if she's just from another dimension, how did Blaze manage to be in Silver's apocalyptic far future? Or be a descendant of a well-known historical figure in Mobian history?
Well, several sources assert that Blaze actually originates from the future, but something happens after or during the events of Sonic 06. That something causes Blaze to be reincarnated as the Soul Dimension's princess 200 years before Silver's time. We
Time travel.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
don't
I've
have
heard this.
confirmation of
I've
what
heard
that
this
is.
theory
Some-
before. It is definitely interesting to say the least, but who knows if they'll ever be made canon.
I think that's the one thing Ian Flynn ain't gonna talk about.
So Sonic actually it does actually remember the events of Sonic 06.
No, yeah, Sonic does. The events have never been retconned.
Him
Yeah,
and Elise, I
Christ
think, are the
City
only
and
two that
Yeah.
have memories of. Actually, no, Blaze was rewritten to now have memories of it in a generation. So yeah, it's just weird. It's
so-
weird all around.
Yeah, do they confirm if
Yeah.
anybody else remembers it?
I think it's just those three because Sonic and Elise blew out the flame,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, because
Blaze was technically dead and
Right.
wasn't
Every
part
time-
of the rewriting. So.
Not dead. Well, it's kind of ambiguous what Blaze did to get rid of
Also,
Iblis.
every
Like
time-
it was either she sealed herself away with him or she died in the process.
Okay.
Also, every time Silver comes back, it's a different Silver that was born in a different timeline.
Is that confirmed?
Well, actually, I don't know about
the
that.
Silver in Rivals does not remember anyone. Silver in Rivals is not the same Silver.
I mean,
But wait, hold on, no. Hold on. Wouldn't that mean that because history got rewritten, he would have no reason to know them?
Yeah.
Yes.
then yeah, there
So
you go.
It wouldn't be different. It would be the same Silver. He just doesn't
It'd be
have the
the same.
memories.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's born the same. He's born the same, but every time he comes back,
I think it's just that he
doesn't
doesn't
remember
remember. That's it.
he doesn't
I
remember
fucking
yeah,
hate
bro.
time travel so
Yeah.
much. Oh god.
Well,
Time
I
travel's
don't know. I love that scene because it's
until
like
modern day.
because it's
Until
like
Force it.
this is the flame, Sonic. It is the source of all life. Cool.
Oh, she blew it out, not him.
No, it was-
No, that's the Life Arrow animation.
We're making Life Arrow jokes.
Oh, okay.
right.
My favorite scene, Eggman sitting in his Herman Miller chair. Honestly, I'm just glad he's dead.
Honestly, I'm just glad. Thank God.
Oh, look, there's the scene. It's right
After
there.
all this fucking time, it's over. You know, if I were you, I'd be
Don't
kind of
get-
embarrassed because like you didn't even get to kill him.
Dumps and dumps and dumps and dumps.
Yeah.
We take those.
We take those.
Time travel is also the only way Silver can even be in Forces.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's the only way
And
he's ever able to
Eggman
interact
is
with them.
probably
Period.
in-
Because
Yeah,
he- 'cause
time
he
travel's
lives-
the only reason he's in IDW.
Because he lives in the future, but he travels back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass, like Sonic Forces.
And then there's those little metal wires stuff.
Yeah.
Don't ask me
Yes,
how I
every
came up
time-
with that on the
every time
spot.
Eggman does something, it affects the future to the point Silver has to come in and stop it.
So
Yeah, it's
Mars
basically
got
like an
erased
X-Men
from
thing.
Time. Is Iblis
Yeah.
still in her soul or not? Oh, I do not envy the rider who has to untangle this timey-wimey Gordian knot.
It's basically multiverse theory at this point when it comes to the time travel.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyways, like Sonic, Blaze has access to several different power-ups, such as shields, mind-affecting items like stun or confusion. She also has ring time, which can transform enemies into rings, and when she was teleported to Eggman's amusement park, she had access to 3 specific wisps.
The cyan laser grants an
Oh.
enormous speed boost and rips through enemies like
Okay.
paper. The yellow drill can easily move underground, making it great for surprise attacks. And the indigo
She could- yeah, she could
asteroid
just do
reduces
that.
everything into rubble within its vicinity.
But even without power-ups, she's managed to keep up with
Yeah. It seemingly ends in a stalemate in canon.
Sonic, who, need we point out, has some insane feats under his belt.
Woo!
Sonic can escape whole dimensions just by running, or defeat villains like Infinite, who can create dimensions that go on infinitely in base form. But one of the biggest would come from
Try
Sonic's
explaining that
friends,
one.
as they
Oh,
reacted to
no.
Solaris' fusion, which conjured a light that consumed the universe in 23 seconds. At Minimum. That's 120 quadrillion times faster than light. And that's not even accounting for the fact that Solaris exists in all time, past, present, and future.
And considering Blaze was able to catch Knuckles off guard and fought Sonic to stalemate, Blaze can keep up with all of that. And even
I'm
before
glad they have their own like custom animations.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Sonic met Blaze, he'd fought Emerald.
Knuckles did the Family Guy pose.
Yeah, so
no,
they get more powerful over time because foes
Emerald scaling.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
This is a good point because in Generations, Shadow and Sonic are able to defeat Metal Overlord and Perfect Chaos respectively without having to go into their super forms. It shows like how much they grow in power, which I think is a pretty cool detail.
And the thing is though, at least with like Shadow, that at least makes sense because like, you know, he's unlocking more of the Black Arms power, and like they kind of just retroactively buffed the Black Arms to be like super tier, so there is that to consider.
Well, yeah, it's basically just a way of saying how much they've grown over time.
Yeah,
because it's not like Perfect Chaos and Metal Overlord have gotten like any stronger. It's like literally traveling back in time to those boss fights, like when they were originally at those games.
Sonic gets stronger and stronger with each adventure.
Yeah.
Eggman is unintentionally making Sonic stronger.
That sucker destroyed a whole constellation.
And that is the ultimate paradox of their rivalry.
Considering the distance and gravitational binding of each star, that's worth at least 465 exapo, or 465 quintillion supernovas. That kind of power could blow up galaxies, or even shake the entire universe. But her greatest power is the gems she is.
They did it, boys. They said it.
Version of the shockwaves.
The Solons. These debatably sentient jewels are often compared to the Chaos Emeralds.
All right, she's got her own super form.
Capacities of unlocking unlimited power.
Basically, they're like Chaos Emeralds, but fiery, and shaped like actual cut emeralds, and tied more to order than chaos, and can warn about upcoming cataclysms. And if you don't know what you're doing with them, they explode in your face.
Archie Comics panels shown in the analysis illustrate canon nuances of Blaze. All right.
Okay, there's actually quite a few differences, but the overall power level is the same in the ways that actually matter. They also grant Blaze her most powerful transformation.
Oh, that was good at it.
That was really cool looking. Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was really good at it.
That was
really good.
Cool.
All right, I think that's my favorite one yet.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
The editor cooked.
Burning Blaze.
No, not Super Blaze. Burning Blaze.
It does exactly what Supersonic does with Sonic. It increases their strength, speed, and durability to absurd amounts.
Burning Blaze shot a jet of...
You think they'll give Blaze a scepter?
No, that's not part of her standard like hit.
They'll give her the vibe scepter.
Flame that instantly vaporized a large ship of the egg point of basic steel.
What? Don't shoot the messenger.
Vaporized a large ship of the egg fleet. Given the vapor point of basic steel, that fire would have to be at least 3,000 to 6,000 degrees Celsius with an explosive pressure of at least 100,000 psi. For context, that's a fire blast as hot as a red dwarf star,
and it burns in space too.
And that's
somehow
the minimum, considering many ships of the fleet can withstand multiple attacks from the multi-solar system power of base Sonic. So this flame is likely hotter than a blue sun with a zetapho of power behind it.
Dude, Mario vs. Sonic 3 is about to go so hard.
I do like that they do low end and high end. They show the range.
That's cool.
Yeah, that is something that I will actually like really appreciate. That's a cool like detail that like Death Battle usually just go like the high ends. I like the idea of like showing like the range of calcs.
All of us in the chat were just like, yeah, we actually like the high end, low end because it's more work, but it's just nice to see like the range.
Yeah.
Of just like,
I hope Moro animates a Cuphead episode.
Well, Moro said that if they do Cuphead versus Bendy, he would want somebody to do it frame by frame because he's not a frame by frame animator. He's a puppet animator.
Yeah, puppet 3E animator.
Yeah.
Well, any
Josh,
indie
how
game.
fast is she going here?
Well,
Ori versus Knight, that's mine.
Ori Knight,
this is
yes,
happening
absolutely.
in a wildly fluctuating dimensional rift where neither time nor space functions properly. As Burning Blaze, her speed is technically immeasurable.
Technically.
Of course
Technically.
it is. was. While in the Exception
Technically.
Rift, Supersonic and Burning Blaze fought the Egg Salamander, which had already drained the
The
Chaos
Egg Salad.
and Soul Emerald's energies to power it. The two Eggmans planned to use their powers to collapse and merge Sonic's and Blaze dimensions to form a dream Eggman land that transcends dimensions. Given how smart the guys are, I believe them, especially since those two did the impossible and managed to unleash an attack that actually bypassed Superform invincibility.
I
And that's
pretended
not
to be a
even-
barstow.
I was about to say that. I gave them the slip.
The crazy.
They don't treat you like a friend. They treat you
treat you
like an
like
item.
an item.
Before this,
That
Blaze
makes
has
you
given
a
up
beta
all hope
cock, Silver.
That's the difference between you and I, Silver the Hedgehog.
Where was that, dude?
of victories. The Soul Emeralds had
Have you ever talked to a woman in your life, Mephiles?
been drained of their
Give me back my
power.
emeralds.
Sonic, who definitely had this sort of thing happen before, then makes her realize that the Soul
Our hearts together become like a kingdom.
Emerald's power comes from special bonds, thus
Oh no, the power of
completely
friendship.
recharging the Soul Emerald.
And this gun I found. The Soul Emeralds should be comparable in the. Quickly recharging the emerald items has been consistent. Okay. Interesting.
Emeralds.
Wait. Are you saying that the power
hi,
of
Kingdom Hearts.
friendship
Hey.
restored the multiversal strength of the Soul Emeralds? Those ponies
Yes.
really are onto something. Seriously,
Play-
Brandon, this
play
started
Fairy
as
Tale
movie,
theme
and
song.
it
This is why
acts
they
as
need a
Sonic Shadow
crossover.
Oh, that was cool. That was cool.
really are onto something.
was a nice edit,
Seriously,
yeah.
Brandon,
Look at
this
that.
started
They
to MLB,
really
and
need.
it
This
tracks
is why they
as
need a
Sonic,
crossover.
Shadow, and Silver super forms were able to
It'll be the grand return of G4.
fight against Solaris, a super-dimensional life form that would consume
Well, we got a crossover for one of these franchises in this episode with Sonic.
all
Oh, yeah.
dimensional
Ooh.
dimensions.
Sonic Super
Sadly,
could
neither
also
in it.
fight the Time Eater, which nearly erased all
Oh,
of
not
time
the
and
Time
space
Eater.
of their franchise's
Tube
cosmology.
scaling.
Why do I feel like they made Tails Tube just for the sole purpose of people like this?
No,
I mean,
Yes.
even if they didn't, we'd have racing Crossroads, which that's definitely implying an infinite multiverse. So
My-
Tails tube scaling.
they've just been jingling these keys in our face for years now.
Tails' voice actress must be rich at this point.
Oh, the amount of
Yeah, shout out to
Let it-
Colleen.
yeah. Shout out to Colleen.
I
Let
do.
it be
No,
known,
yeah, she-
we would not
she's
have this
got-
problem if
She's
this.
voiced in games. She's voiced in Tails Tube. She's voiced in the movie.
Let it be known, we would not have this problem. The Sonic Twitter didn't tweet out everything is canon.
Yeah.
True.
Including
Let
those
it be
damn
known,
calendars.
This is all their fault.
My favorite Tails Tube is still gonna always be the one with Knuckles, where Tails is like, this is the Sonic Hour. We're gonna talk about all things Sonic and how cool he is, and Knuckles is just like, oh, no thanks.
I'm leaving. Bye.
I did like the most recent one where we finally got to see that T's character that they've been hiding for years.
I haven't seen that one yet. I'll have to check that out.
Oh yeah, no, that's great.
And then, all that pales in comparison to defeating
Oh yeah, Sonic Frontiers
for-
is weird.
Time for Frontiers.
So we're treating the base game and deal. Yeah, so yeah, I think the best way to view it is what if stories and fighting games where there are different paths for the story modes, that kind of thing.
Like what if cannons? What
Yeah.
if cannons?
Yeah.
Although I do have to imagine that the Final Horizon is probably the game's canonical ending because Sage is probably going to make more appearances in the future, like in Racing Crossworlds.
She's gonna be playable.
She does technically survive in both endings, but she's
Sage
just
Sage is way too popular to not use again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna be
Definitely.
playable in the racing game.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying that the
The
Final
little-
Horizon she keeps that body that she has, unlike
white-
the original ending where she's just on the computer.
and
I guess she's
she
gonna
also
be always what? I guess she's gonna be always white and blue now.
she
I
does
prefer red
appear
and
in
black.
Murderous Sonic the Hedgehog as well for a cameo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that isn't canon, unfortunately.
Maybe she'll hang out with Bowser Jr. Let's just keep the ship going.
Keep it, yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
The
You'll save that for
the fan
save that for
fictions
the
never
act-
end.
Save that for the official Mario and Sonic crossover. That is in the Olympics.
end.
It'll happen.
Or another Olympic Games.
Look, all I'm saying, Mario,
never gonna
Luigi,
do
and
one.
Sonic for an RPG game. That's all I'm gonna say.
That would be
Yes,
pretty
That
cool.
would be goaded.
That'd be
So-
cool.
And have Tails
Imagine-
be Tails can
imagine
be
they
like the
make another
Starlo
Olympic
character
Games.
that helps them.
Imagine they make another Olympic Games and add IDW characters.
Yeah,
Tangle
no,
and Whisper, where you at?
we gotta get
That'd be
Tangle and
so
Whisper,
cool.
man.
As
Literally,
Infinite
I will take
compared to
them over
Sonic's
the
past
Deadly Six.
adversaries, as well as calling Super Sonic something that transcends law and time. And
Okay,
considering
whatever the
Blaze
hell
fought
that
Sonic
means.
on even grounds, and the Soul Emeralds are
Salcombe got nothing on him.
comparable to the Chaos Emeralds, she has access
Completely
to all
eradicated
that
piracy.
power.
Well, most of it anyway. The Soul Emeralds don't seem to have their versions of common chaos abilities, or if they do, Blaze hasn't used them yet. That's
Okay.
kind of weird. We've seen Chaos Control with the Chaos Emeralds and Chaos Control using Attack Stone. Shouldn't there be like a Soul Control?
Theoretically, yes, but either Blaze doesn't know that the technique exists, or it doesn't exist at all because it hasn't been shown yet.
Really? That sort of idea just writes itself. You'd think they'd jump on that.
Oh my god.
As it
Stop
stands,
reminding me
the
that
Soul
Sega does
Dimension is a
nothing with
place we
Blaze.
unfortunately
Soul
don't know
control.
that much about.
It literally
and the stuff we do
controls a
know is pretty
person's
limited.
soul.
For instance, the jeweled scepter that Blaze guards
Oh
apparently
no,
contains more
Jujutsu
power than the
Kaisen.
Chaos
The Jujutsu Kaisen, oh god.
and Soul
Soul
Emeralds,
Emerald,
but we've seen
Jujutsu
so
Kaisen.
little of it, we don't know what it's fully capable of. We do know a bit about Blaze, though.
Very
both her
weird, very
strengths
weird.
And weaknesses.
Yeah, Blaze is more emotionally stable and works better with a team nowadays, but she can fall back into old habits when no one's around to offer a
It's
second
like
opinion.
hot
She
food.
comics
Why was
resident
Vector-
jobber.
Why was
Or-
Vector with them?
So that's
Why was Vector
so that's
with
why they're
them?
not using Archie comics.
Or in
Dislikes
the
hot
Archie comics,
food?
like
What?
cheese.
Okay, yeah,
Her
don't
powers are
get
literally
me.
fire. How does she not like hot food?
And why again the jobber?
She used to act, or in the Archie comics, like cheese, princess. Who's spitting your morning tea?
Also, like the other super forms in the series, the god-slaying, dimension-shattering, burning blaze transformation does have a time limit and isn't truly invincible. Hit her really, really hard, and you can stun her or knock her back.
But
one
they
of her
can slow me
biggest weaknesses
down.
is a rather odd one. She has a fear of heights.
Wait.
Yes,
seriously?
yes,
She's
that's
living
true.
in
Yes, she
space.
does.
That's like
Yes.
As a
I'm
parent.
so glad they brought that
How
up.
could you be afraid after that?
Well, it likely took a lot of mental discipline to overcome.
Oh, that reminds me of when Sarge said he was afraid of heights, and Simmons was like, "Wait a minute, you're afraid of heights? Weren't you in the dropship armies and they had you like flying out of planes and stuff?" And Sarge was like, "How do you think I developed that fear of heights? That shit was crazy."
Completely fair, Sarge. Completely fair.
You only need one brush with death to completely fear that thing again.
Because as long as she
Gong.
focuses on ignoring how high she is, her acrophobia isn't triggered.
So
Aw.
wait, she runs on a
Oh, that
souped-up
was a cute
version
scene.
of Don't Look Down.
Friendship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ah, so it's like Sonic and his
I'm looking
hatred of water.
down.
I know she's supposed to be the alternate universe Sonic, but the only thing she seems to have in common with him are that they're both brave, confident, speedy heroes. They're so different, yet weirdly similar.
Well, it's more than just that. Everything about
This is
Blaze
why
and
people
Sonic
ship
make them,
them.
perfect foils. The Soul and Chaos Emeralds that they're respectively
Yeah, I really wish that Sega would explore that more in the games, like how intrinsically linked those two dimensions are, and like Sonic and Blaze as a result.
connected to.
Sadly,
are
again, that
described like North
require
and
them to
South
do things
poles,
with them. Nothing. Sorry.
seemingly
Bring it, Sonic the Hedgehog 5, Blaze and Silver confirmed
opposed yet essential to each other's
I'll look
existence.
at that.
Sonic Rush
Blaze
3 maybe?
embodying the flame
for the movies.
is complemented by
Oh, that'd be
Sonic,
hype.
the embodiment of wind, whose oxygen fuels.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh my god,
Look-
they did free like the wind reference. Oh,
Look at all this shit. Sonic is chaotic, but she's lawful. Yeah,
Dancing ballet.
I love the breakdancing ballet.
yeah, that's
Yo, buddy.
that's probably my favorite link between them, the fighting style.
Break team.
Look at that shit. Merciless, ruthless.
Oh, wait, that's the name of water.
Thalassophobia.
The free of water,
There-
the Thalassophobia.
There
Wait,
you
is
go.
that actually what? I need to make sure.
Yeah, look it up real
That
fast.
that would be a weird thing for them to make up.
It's probably not. The persistent and intense fear of deep bodies of water, such as the ocean, sea, or lake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that makes
So,
sense.
it's not just water. It's just like
Yellow
Very,
body,
very
red
deep.
eye.
So it's deep. So it's like he's fine in a
Red
pool,
body, yellow
but like
eyes.
he ain't getting on a ship anytime soon.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily.
Oh, I never considered that. They're super forms.
Yeah,
exact
yellow
opposite.
body, red eyes, red body, yellow eyes. So yeah, my opinion is I don't necessarily ship the two of them, but I definitely would love to see them paired up in like a buddy cop kind of setting. I feel
Oh
like,
yeah, no,
like in
I
comics.
also don't think that like they make that much sense of the romantic pairing per se, but I like the idea of like these two being like the inverse of each other's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like, having
at
them
most,
having
at
them do a
most
secret mission
friends,
together would be cool.
At most friends, like, you know, just like their friend dynamic, insane. Because again,
Really good friends.
Yeah, really good friends.
All right, enough of this
Blaze is a
shit.
disciplined, solemn royal
no,
with a
machinist.
serious attitude, contrasting Sonic, a spontaneous, free-spirited, and fun-loving vagrant. Even their combat styles and transformations, Blaze's balletic grace versus Sonic's breakdance-like fluidity.
Love it.
wait,
Blaze's
another
red and
difference
yellow
between the two.
versus
Blaze has a home.
Yeah, yeah,
Sonic is homeless.
Well, I mean, hey, Sonic is at least less conceited than Tails, who has a home made of his face.
Unless you count Origins.
Does
have
he have a home in
Origins?
that?
He lives with Tails.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't say
yeah.
he lives with Tails. He crashes on his couch.
Yeah, he crashed on Tails' couch. Yeah.
There's a difference.
I live inside your biplane. Don't worry about it.
Movie.
I just need to sleep here for like a month, and I'm gonna go out.
Yeah,
and-
you see, that makes it funnier then because like he doesn't have a home, but he had a plane before Tails took it for himself.
And hey, to be
Yeah.
fair, he
didn't have a plane.
to be fair, he
had a house in the OVA.
he was homeless for a lot longer than he had a home
Sonic had
in the
Sonic
movie.
had a house in the OVA. He lived with Chris Thorndike, and he's an adopted son.
Sonic,
In the
please
movies,
don't
yeah.
leave. I can't live without you. Chris, cope.
Hope even bald.
I will
Supersonics
say what
yellow
you
and
say,
red.
say
They're
what you will about say what you will about the people who created Origins. I did like the connection with Sonic X game.
They're opposites, but not in opposition. Like yin and yang, it's a perfect parallel harmony.
Yeah, what is this, Ong from Avatar?
Anti-Blaze would
Yeah.
be kind of likewise very reckless and bold and in your face.
So almost like Sonic, but cranked up to 11.
Wow, they really put a lot of thought into this.
Or just
Blaze
Sonic.
tries to give off that air of the stoic,
Wait, if I
duty-bound
just
royal,
noticed
but
that
deep down,
line,
she's just a
was
burned
any
soul
war
who wants to
crimes
give
I
it-
should know about?
Oh god! Oh yes.
For
He's trying
murder
to
of
give off that
Sonic.
air of the stoic,
Oh,
duty-bound-
Marine! Yeah, remember
Wow, they
Marine? She's
really
she's
put
supposed
a
to be
lot
her
of thought
Tails.
into this.
Any war
Imagine
crimes
if
I
the
should know about?
Imagine if the IDW comics gave Blaze a solo adventure and gave her a shadow equivalent.
Oh yeah, what would a shadow equivalent be for Blaze? That'd be cool.
Blaze tries to
Yeah.
give off that
Fucking-
air of the
Tabasco cat.
Oh, I feel like the opposite to Shadow would be like a Harley Quinn kind of character.
Absolute basket.
Oh,
duty-bound
yeah, absolutely.
royal, but deep down, she's just a burned soul who wants to give this whole friendship thing a genuine shot. As long as she lives,
Princess
Blaze will
trying
protect the
to
emeralds,
capture a
her
criminal.
dimension, and her new friends at any cost.
Yay.
Even her own life.
All right.
And then people will
No, you killed Silver.
No,
You killed Silver.
damn it! He was just mourning the loss of his friend too.
Josh, have you no heart?
You're still my bitch.
Well, actually, I don't blame him for this one. That was Sonic 06.
Actually, yeah, fair.
Redneck
It
engineer.
was Sonic 06. Yeah, Sonic 06 killed Blaze. In
Yeah.
more ways than one.
Honestly, I think I'm only gonna say this because I'm obviously biased, but I think I like that one a little bit better than the Starfire analysis. Just
I kind of agree.
because I'm more connected to Sonic,
I'm
really.
very honest.
But I like all the talk about how she's the
You know
opposite
what,
to
this is
Sonic and like how they
why
go
I don't
into how they did a fairly good job explaining away the Sonic 06 shenanigans, like fairly decently,
Yeah.
all things considered.
This is why I
Yeah.
don't like Marvel. This is why I don't like Marvel versus DC. Analysis.
Mm.
Oh.
I will say though,
you
like
find it kinda boring, or?
it definitely.
Yeah, it can be boring. Yes.
Well,
I
I
will
mean,
say
it
that, like-
depends. It depends.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah.
depends.
It's
But,
why
like-
I hate Ant-Man versus Atom.
I
that episode's
think that
good.
I think that episode's good.
It's good. I love it.
This is a spoiler, but it's like I see it as a 7 out of 10.
Yeah,
So you're not
that's fair.
recording this, are you?
Well, yeah, this is reaction.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
It's one of those things. It's one of those things where I'm saying this at a very random part of the video, and I know a lot of folks skip to the animation part of the reaction anyway, so I'm not scared about people being spoiled on that.
Yeah, though I will say, I am actually. It was actually really cool to see that analysis like actually do a lot for Blaze, despite like the lack of material to really work with.
Jesus Christ! Why did they make? Why is Blaze as tall as Starfire?
Yeah, they gave Blaze human proportions in that fan art.
We got some high diff for Prime Starfire.
Interesting.
High diff. Wow. Giving Blaze more credit. That's what.
Oh wow. Well, let's see what the fighters have to say about it.
It's time for a legally distinct battle to the death.
Legally.
I'm working on it.
This is probably going to be the only one because this was only made because of Death Battle.
Oh, it's the Sonic Adventure text
too.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Hey,
probably going to be the only fight they do because this was only made because
I'm having none of the luck finding the jewel thief.
Just keep looking, Starfire. They couldn't have got him far.
Bit of a sprite-ish look.
Fight call Akuma? What the is that?
That was Akuma, one of the people that works on Death Battle.
Yeah. Oh, it was funny. She found it.
Now I can leave this strange dimension.
I have found you, thief of the
Oh, you just joined the
Return
time.
what you have stolen, or
Sorry, what?
It's Zeo.
Oh, hey Zeo.
Hey, Zeo.
We just got to the fight part.
We just got to the fight.
Oh, good.
Would you like us to rewind it a little for you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sorry I'm late. I'm currently during an animation project.
Oh shit, nice. Hey,
yeah.
I might have to get you on one of my ranking videos later if you like get really good at it.
I'm looking forward to it. In fact, I'm already looking into getting into 3D animation later on.
Sick.
Right now I'm doing hand-drawn animation. Already finished 200, but I'm gonna shut up now.
having none of the luck finding the jewel thief.
Just keep looking, Starfire. They couldn't have got him far. Try retracing your steps. Nightwing out.
So yeah, for a good fight, call Akuma.
She can't retrace her steps. She's flying.
Retrace your air steps.
Finally. Now
Alright, I know I missed the feats part, so like, what did they say for Star and Blaze?
You expect us to?
Yeah,
we're not going back. No Archie. Yeah. That's all. No Archie, and the end is canon. That's all you need to know about Blaze.
Wait, they're actually they're actually considering the end.
Yes.
Wow.
We just got to the fight.
Look, we've been watching this shit for like an hour. The analysis segments were really long.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a 42-minute video.
And we pause. We talk all the time.
Return what you have stolen, or
Aww.
we are going to be the greatest of friends.
I love it.
Together, and I will order the mustard with.
Yeah, they mentioned Blaze doesn't like being hugged.
What the heck is that in the background?
Touch me again.
Yeah, what is?
Yeah, it's true. I played Rush.
Okay.
Good
we
game.
don't have to be friends.
All right, here
But
comes
you
the
must
track.
hand over that jewel.
I am the
Oh,
guardian
this track's
of
nice.
these emeralds, and I will not let you take them.
Oh, this is hype already.
I'll turn it down a little bit.
I like this.
Schedule demolition. That's nice.
Yo.
KP pizza.
Hey! I know that.
Hey, Grill.
I recognize that pizza place.
Yeah, Sonic Colors.
Oh, that's a Brody.
The laser.
This is animated so well.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah, animated.
This is all
Well animated. Oh, heights.
Yeah. I really like the scheduled demolition sign.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I am stronger than I look.
So is Blaze.
Already? Already going burning?
Transformed first.
Did Brandon make this?
I don't think so. Yeah, this is a Brandon track.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, actually,
Definitely a Brandon track, bro. He got a post.
Oh, this is so hype.
Oh,
this is cool.
And somehow it's a better space transition than Captain Marvel versus Shazam.
Yeah, I wanted to say that, but
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to beat a dead horse. Oh my god, this is so sick.
Ah, hell yeah!
Destroyed! Woo!
On the hand drive.
Oh, they did the pose. Honestly, that shot right there needs to be the thumbnail.
That shot. Oh, no.
Ooh. That's just type.
Wait, oh no.
She's gonna go angry.
Wait.
You got this, girl. You can do this, Star. Don't you dare to
Hey, Kid Flash. Not Troy. Raven.
Starfire? Starfire, can you
I
hear
already
me?
love that. Wait, are we getting
Corey?
No.
They're doing it.
Blue Lantern. Oh crap. Oh, Lantern. She saved me off.
Come on, Blaze. Come on.
Oh shit, is he gonna get time hug?
Right.
Did she use
She said the oath. She said the oath. That was so hype.
God is bigger again.
Oh,
No, it's a bit more psychedelic.
Yo, contract. What?
What the hell is going on? Huh?
oh,
Jeez.
she's tying him down.
We could have been friends,
Oh God.
but you chose this.
Wait, I'll be.
Oh,
Giving up already?
Oh!
Wait.
I thought you were stronger than that.
Eric,
Oh
go
my
fuck
god.
yourself. Eric, go fuck yourself.
What? What?
That's
What?
you, motherfucker.
What?
I know it.
I was
What?
not expecting that.
What?
Eric,
You had
What?
What?
What? It's just a perfectly normal Sonic cameo. He thought that she was stronger.
you son of a bitch.
What?
Fuck you, Eric.
Well, look at this.
Son of a-
Oh.
Seriously though, this goes crazy.
Oh, there's
Yeah.
a construct.
Oh my god. I wanted that episode to happen. It's already.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
now yeah, this choreography is really crazy.
This is sick. Yeah. Yeah, this is cool.
Like that's legit some of the best sprite hand-to-hand I've seen in a while.
Oh man.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's the origin shot.
Oh shoot.
That's the origin right there.
No, I won't fall here.
I don't know who I'm gonna win. This is so hype.
I honestly don't know who can win here.
Oh, this is cool.
Oh my god.
It's a really long battle too.
Wait. Oh.
Absorb it.
So the energy.
Yes, I can absorb it.
Yeah.
Yeah, won't it just blow up in your face?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Wait, she used it.
Oh.
She's going all out now.
How could she have absorbed the Soul Emerald's power? It's impossible unless she's like me. Which means
For real. She's absorbing it. She's absorbing it to save the planet.
Dude.
What?
Wow.
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay, Blaze is falling.
What?
Blaze?
She's falling.
She's falling.
I have hope there is another time and place where we are friends.
Man.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Pour one out. Pour one out for Corey.
Claps, claps, claps.
I was not expecting that. That's crazy.
That is.
That was awesome.
Like
Oh my God.
talk about a
Oh,
crazy
wow.
debut for a versus series.
For real.
That might have been one of my favorite episodes. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with this verdict, but like, holy hell, that was cool. I
It
don't
was
care.
so
Yeah,
fucking
that was
good.
cool.
Well, let's hear their reasoning. Let's hear their reasoning.
I'm kind of surprised Blaze
I
won.
will say that. I will say
hear
this.
them out.
I will say. I wonder who they got to voice Sonic. It sounded very familiar.
I think he was a very cool guy. Very,
I wonder how he got that fucking role.
I'll tell you exactly how.
wonder if
He
his name-
auditioned, and that is what happened.
I
No,
wonder if his name
I'm
rhymes
no.
with Carrick.
I'm literally not lying.
Carrick.
I auditioned for the role, and that's how I got it.
I don't know. I fucking told you about the audition.
Yeah. So shout
damn
out
it.
to Steve for linking the audition to me.
Literally, here's what happened. I saw the tweet and I went, oh. I saw the tweet and went, oh wait, Carrick has a Sonic. I'll just send it to him. Maybe he'll get on.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hi.
Yeah. So that was awesome.
That was hilarious.
I'm very happy to be able to say that I got to be part of something this spectacular looking.
Oh yeah, this was amazing. I love this.
You got to be a part of this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, yes. While Blaze had more advantages in the fight overall, these two were equal in a surprising
Bit of a
amount of
warning.
ways.
This ending analysis goes in depth. Like actually in depth.
So let's go through the relevant
Okay.
categories one by one. How do
Beat
they
our
fare in
skill.
the
Yeah.
speed department?
Both combatants hail from universes known for their insane speed feats.
No kidding.
But Starfire consistently struggles to
Yeah.
keep up with higher tier DC fighters. Even when we eyeball her interstellar travel feats, she can't keep up with Blaze's teleportation, outspeeding Knuckles, or moving in spaces unbound by time. In fact, Starfire's best showing of speed comes from Teen Titans Go.
That's hilarious.
Not kidding.
No!
Apparently, this Starfire did jumping jacks so fast that she nearly disrupted the
Stop showing me that.
space-time
Stop watching it for a
continuum.
reason.
I love that so much. Oh, I love that.
However, she
Stop
wasn't
watching
fully
the
in
show for-
control and was able to hear Robin telling
For
her
a
to
damn
stop,
good
which means she wasn't fully out of sync with the normal flow of time.
Okay.
The fairest interpretation is that she approached immeasurable speed but didn't quite reach it.
Even if she did, Blaze has multiple feats of directly achieving
Actually,
immeasurable
yeah.
speed on her own.
I'm curious
and
about that chart.
she did
The fairest
Yeah, so I've always wondered about this. Can move infinite distance in finite time. Can move a finite distance in stopped time. Can move a finite distance in spaces unbound by time. Whatever the hell that is.
Irrelevant. Yeah.
So
pretty
can
much
that
flat.
just be Irrelevant just be Wally West?
Yeah, Wally West.
I
Let's
want.
reword that to Wally West.
Can I reword it to Rice Gum speed? Irrelevant.
That's going. That's going. That's
She
going.
approached immeasurable speed but didn't quite reach it.
Even if she did, Blaze has multiple feats of directly achieving immeasurable speed on her own and scaling to it via Sonic. Even with the small boost from the Blue Lantern ring, Starfire can't reliably compete with Burning Blaze.
Interesting.
Sure, Starfire's managed to hit one or two DC characters who could supposedly achieve
I didn't even know she had a Blue Lantern ring. I'm gonna have to look back on that.
Going their fastest during these incidents.
It's from like a kid's comic.
Yeah, it's really funny.
That was never decanonized.
Comparing
So-
any two
And
fighters.
then Hal took it away like a dick.
Does get into weird.
Took
and
it away.
Hal took it away like a dick.
Yeah.
Maybe you know what? Maybe Ben should have won.
Speed, but they clearly weren't going their fastest during these incidents. Admittedly, comparing any two fighters' immeasurable speed feats does get into weird and cerebral territory. While our combatants are in the same ballpark, Blaze just has more consistently high showings, and she doesn't need a multi-week nap after going that fast.
Wow.
For Blaze.
Yeah,
Blaze
okay,
and
that's
Starfire
fair.
have
Okay,
surprising
alright, I'll buy that.
similarities when it comes to battle instincts and strategic thinking. They often defer to their teammates for plans, but both have shown they can cleverly think around a problem when needed. Both also have tempers that can create openings for their opponents. But that's where the similarities end, and Starfire demonstrates her clear advantage.
Okay. There are personality flaws, but neither are ruthless enough to exploit them. Okay.
While Blaze has taken steps to mitigate her acrophobia, if she's caught off guard, her concentration can waver and cause her to get blindsided more easily. Also, Blaze's techniques and fighting style are extremely telegraphed and showy, making them quite predictable compared to Starfire. While Blaze,
I like how they showed that off in the animation too, because like when Blaze was in her base form, like she was doing all those like showy spinning moves, and Starfire was just like weaving all around it.
trained for years
Yeah, she was
to be
adapting
Emerald's
to it better.
guardian, that was mostly done on her own.
Yeah.
Corey has formal combat training with the Okarans, on top of years scrimmaging with the team to prepare for anything related to battle. Point for Starfire.
Experience isn't as cut and dry as you might think. Starfire has many more examples of fighting dozens of diverse, multiversal level enemies, whereas with Blaze, you can count those types of foes on one hand. That we've seen anyway. However, when it comes to comparing their win-loss records, Corey comes up a bit short.
But hold on,
Damn.
there's nuance to this. Yes, Starfire loses all the time, and that's really annoying from a narrative standpoint.
Yeah.
And from a fan standpoint. But look at the people she loses to. People like Orion, Mongol, and Wonder Woman. She got her teeth kicked in, sure, but the fact that she fought them and didn't die should not be discounted.
Yeah, to say that Blaze is more experienced based on that would just be disingenuous. Plus, Corey has fought plenty of foes like Blaze. Vice versa, not so much, but she still faced a pretty significant number of foes. Tough call, but Starfire gets a slight edge here.
Yeah, I like that too, that they included a bit of nuance to the advantages.
Had a lot of natural
Yeah, every versus show is just taking the whole category bit.
Fusion and stun items, and even though the Indigo Wisp could easily nullify her Starbolts, Corey's insane durability would allow her to resist being turned into mulch.
While the Blue Lantern Ring could potentially heal Starfire or supercharge her regular powers with a surge of positive...
Starfire cannot nullify Blaze's pyrokinesis since Blaze's fire is tied to her soul, not her emotional state.
Emotion like hope.
Yeah,
the Blue
that makes
Lantern's
sense.
usual augmentations are severely hampered in a mono-e-mono fight like this because it requires a Green Lantern ring in close proximity to reach its full potential.
Yeah, it's
Without
the stupidest
that,
thing
what
with
it's
Blue
able to
Lanterns.
provide is a small power boost
Fucking
and
hope.
simple energy constructs.
And while Starfire's no slouch with strategy or creativity, we don't know how effective she'd actually be using those constructs without a lot of speculation. Thanks, Hal.
Yeah.
Ultimately, the Soul Emeralds gave Blaze an edge that Starfire didn't really have an answer to, except for maybe one, her absorption ability.
Starfire has managed to absorb several unusual kinds of energy, but it has its limitations. She can't absorb her own Starbolts, and despite her name and that it's literally coming off her hair,
Given how she often defeated by Superman, there's likely a limit to who Starfire can absorb power from. Yeah. Whom?
Starfire has actually never been shown to absorb fire.
That's fucking crazy, by the way.
Fire can sometimes emit ultraviolet
I feel like
light,
it would write
but
itself.
very much depends on the fuel source.
Hey,
And
how
considering
the
that
actual
Blaze's
hell?
flames are red and they shoot out of her soul, it's unlikely Starfire would be able to absorb ultraviolet energy or the energy of the Soul Emeralds, which are tied to that element.
Even assuming, arguendo, that Starfire can absorb the Soul Emerald's energy, there was way too much that could go wrong from that.
And she can't sun dip like Superman. They only store so much before exploding. Okay.
Star could fall unconscious from the foreignness of the energy, or explode from the sheer amount of multiversal power, or the Soul Emeralds refuse to
Like
play
what happened
nice.
in the
Blaze,
animation.
on the other hand, could just quickly dip
Pretty much,
into
yeah.
another dimension for a safe recharge. Or, since Starfire and Blaze are so similar, given that Blaze was able to seal Iblis within her based on merely a connection to flames, it's almost 100% likely that Blaze would just seal Starfire away within her own soul, immediately, and anticlimactically, ending the fight.
Oh, it actually gets worse for Starfire.
Could you imagine if that's how they did it? Like, just Blaze just dipped out. It's like,
Oh,
yeah, I don't feel like fighting him
Wait, no,
anymore.
That's the funny part. When we got to that point in the fight and like Blaze was like trying to run away, I thought she was about to just hop into another dimension to escape.
She has strong resistance to mental manipulation. Starfire has consistently shown no resistances to spiritual or physical manipulation, including transmutation, meaning Blaze could just use ring time
Makes it
to
so much more retroactively fitting that they made her a cat girl in that episode.
to turn Starfire into a ring. Yeah, I know, it's underwhelming, but Blaze has far too many achievable ways to debilitate Starfire or instantly end the fight, several of which she
That's
doesn't
crazy.
need to be in Burning Blaze form to accomplish.
But
This is Saitama versus Popeye all over again.
But again, there's nuance to this one too. While Blaze has these abilities, they aren't her preferred options. She usually relies on brute force.
Yeah.
With strategic
Since she couldn't erase Iblis, it's unlikely this ability would work completely on someone as powerful as Starfire, though she could probably weaken her.
Okay. I'm watching this, listening to everything, but there's one thing in the room that they're in.
It might
that
take
Josh
time for her to
and
realize
Ari
that
are
she needs her
in
more
that
obscure
really
powers
bugs me, and that's the PS5 is leaning against another console.
Steve said that earlier.
We said that earlier.
That was the first thing I said.
I was like, yeah, there's two ways you can set up your PS5, and it's wrong both ways.
shares a similar approach. Additionally, Blaze has shown increasing willingness to adapt and use her other abilities to buy time when needed. Blaze takes a strong edge in abilities.
But assuming Blaze doesn't get any chances to instantly end the fight, can she actually overpower Starfire?
Well, let's take a look at both our combatants' most cited stalemates. While Sonic and Blaze can be comfortably put on the same level, Corey and Diana can't.
No.
Not only was Corey on
Yeah,
the battlefield with Wonder Girl's help,
Yeah.
Diana was holding back and was about to cut loose before they
Wonder
were
Woman wasn't really
interrupted.
going on.
Against a serious Wonder Woman, Starfire's gonna lose. Hard.
I mean, she would want to kill
not fair.
Star, so.
Starfire's incredible strength and durability varies greatly due to a multitude of factors.
Starfire landed a sucker punch, but it barely affected Envy, and Starfire was quickly overwhelmed afterwards. And
It's unlikely she scales to the power of the Godway as determined in She-Ra versus Wonder Woman.
Hey, mind if I borrow your homework? Yeah, sure, just make sure to make it look different.
Exactly.
Source stats are tricky
didn't
to
work.
lock down. The time Starfire held her own against other high-powered characters in the DC universe, such as Sinestro, Firestorm, or hell, even Superman, this is often due to unusual circumstances, such as her opponents holding back immensely, or they were weakened, subdued, or distracted by other fighters.
That is creepy.
Whether on her own or on a team,
Yeah.
she's lost a fair few times against weaker characters in her universe.
But to be fair, that's usually because Starfire holds back too, and because 50 years of writers are always on the same page. Sure, Starfire's
Yeah.
scaling is different since
Totally.
he's involved
Yeah.
in losing, but
Killing it and igniting this sepulchre, whatever. Can be she had a temporary power boost from
Oh.
Darkseid's machinations during these instances, and
Oh,
needed
wait,
Cyborg's help to stay
Starfire-
stable.
Oh wait, Starfire is a character with an overpowered abilities that always loses. Gee, I wonder where we've heard that before, Rogue.
No, that's literally everyone.
in fact, a relatively
Everyone.
small chain through Connor Kent,
Yes,
a
I was
weakened
specifically
Superboy
going with
Prime,
Rogue.
and a weakened Anti-Monitor puts her near infinite multiverse. Close, though not quite. Can Blaze actually top that?
Turns out, she can. While we don't see much of Burning Blaze, it is shown to be directly comparable to Supersonic, which is on a ridiculous level of power. Emerald Superforms have defeated super-dimensional gods, which could erase all timelines and dimensions in the infinite Sonic cosmology. Twice! Or foes who could create infinite dimensions. Heck, Blaze was able to directly defeat guys who
These
could
guys are
create
giving Infinite way more credit than the game.
transcending dimensions.
Yeah.
Twice!
Even though he needed some help,
Yeah.
Sonic could still defeat.
Hell, Roblox give him more justice than that.
DC Universe has a higher cosmology than Sonic, with the recent buffs from Sonic Racing. Even with it's less relevant here because Starfire has so many powers. Yeah, I could see that point.
And there you
Okay,
go.
yeah, I could see that.
The end, a being claiming to be infinite compared to all of Sonic's adversaries, including Solaris and the Time Eater. Even if we don't take the end at its word, you know, it's kind of a biased source.
Right.
Blaze still matches the tier of infinite multiverse versus Starfire's at best almost infinite multiverse. In a cosmic sort
No
of way,
cigar.
it is technically bigger than the other.
If the end wasn't just gassing itself up, then that would make a single Chaos Emerald Superform, which, again, a Soul Emerald Superform matches, at minimum, more powerful than several infinities
Whoa.
combined.
Okay.
All of
Yeah.
this
Okay.
is just from
Okay,
the
all right.
video games. If we calculated her power using feats from the Archie comics,
It would bump Blaze up in power, but it would actually be an overall downgrade. It didn't
Ooh.
showcase anything on the level of Supersonic's reality warping feats, despite them technically being capable of the same things. Archie Blaze's fire also requires oxygen,
Ah!
unlike Game Blaze, whose fire can burn underwater.
What?
That's so lame.
Yeah.
That is so lame, yeah.
Fact. To
Yeah.
really weak enemies.
Oh, fucking Rouge knocked you out? Are you kidding me?
That's
Rouge
yeah,
so
that's
rude.
yeah, that's not bad.
I mean,
it is.
Rouge, at the same time, Rouge
Wow.
is also supposed to be like Team Dark's version of Knuckles, so I guess that kind of makes sense.
Still, that's
And,
so lame,
Well,
though.
why would Rouge
It
be
is so lame,
Knuckles'
yeah.
version of Knuckles?
That's kind of.
I mean, yeah, she's the strength of the team.
Well,
like,
Yeah,
like,
but Game Blaze
Sonic
knocked
Heroes.
Knuckles out effortlessly, remember?
Yeah,
Sure,
right.
But let's,
Isn't
but let's,
Omega the strength?
let's also
of
let's also be
Team Dark?
fair. Knuckles can be kind of dumb at times.
And Knuckles was able to
Wait,
fight
what?
Rouge on par, so whatever, that doesn't
Oh
matter.
wait, isn't Omega considered to be the strongest in Team
Yes,
Dark?
Omega's the strength of Team Dark.
Rouge, yeah,
Okay.
Rouge is
Yeah, no, Rouge is fine. Yeah,
Yeah.
true. I guess I was more something as Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, that's
That's
because she likes to search for emeralds.
Okay,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
a difference there's a difference between being the muscle and being the knuckles.
So Blaze sealing an entity in her soul.
You
that's
have to
stronger
stop
than your own.
chuckling.
Especially since the most that Starfire could do while sealed away is a limited astral projection.
Jeweled Scepter got a significant power boost as it actually protected her dimension from the Super Genesis wave, literally rewriting their infinite multiverses reality. So there's that, I guess.
Either way, it doesn't really matter. Blaze takes this one too. Maybe we're totally off our rockers and underestimating Starfire's power, especially with the Blue Lantern Wings boost. I'm very much on that side. But even then, it wouldn't change anything because she still can't outspeed Blaze or counter all of her win conditions. We were honestly expecting the result to be the other way around, especially me. Considering Corey is Flame Princess Superman and Blaze is Flame Princess Sonic.
Almost.
I was expecting Starfire to win, and I'm a massive Sonic
Oh,
nerd.
interesting. I like a win condition screen. That's cool.
Or Starfire into another dimension, ring time, soul sealing, or Starfire's energy. Kill Starfire before Blaze runs out.
That's funny, just like using ring time to turn her into a bunch of rings.
Yeah, I
mean, Blaze to run out and kill her before she escapes and recharges. Kill Blaze before she transforms into Burning Blaze.
Yeah.
I definitely think I'd probably side with the idea that like Blaze would win in high diff because I don't think it would be that easy for lower mid diff.
Every DC continuity,
Yeah.
Starfire isn't on par with Superman. She says so herself. In fact, Starfire has
Yeah.
openly admitted multiversal and/or
He literally just
godlike
said
entities
in
like
the picture,
Sidar the Demiurge.
Even
and
if we ignore all
Darkseid
context behind statements of Starfire's capabilities, allow generous scaling chains for her, we'd also have to allow for Blaze, which would put them both
put a
out of
verse-
power
what?
and leave Blaze at superior speed and multiple hacks options.
I don't know, you got Sonic's out of Versal, but sure, go off.
Yeah, really, it's really the abilities that win
And
this one for Blaze the
like
most.
they said, like they said before, yes, Star has a lantern ring, but it's one of the weakest lantern rings.
Oh yeah, no, I hate that about the Blue Lanterns.
Literally, Nightwing will have to have the Green Lantern wing in order for her to
No, I want a white lantern.
That's not to say she's weak. Far from it.
No, I
She's
want
just
all
a
of them.
relatively small fish
I want a white.
in a really
Oh, we're gonna
big
get
pond.
Kyle.
Starfire's feats place her near Blaze's power level at the very least.
Yeah, look at all that.
God, I can't wait for Kyle versus Simone.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
Enough to significantly overpower her.
Yeah, if
or
it's anything
scale
like
that
this,
high
that would
in
be
the
hype.
Hierarchy. Has Star fought characters on that level? Absolutely. But does she scale high enough and reliably enough to make a difference against Blaze and overcome her abilities? Almost.
Nah.
In the end, Blaze's
Yeah.
multiple paths to victory and more reliable power set edged out Starfire's formidable physiology and breadth of experience.
Some stars fade, but at least Corey went out in a blaze of glory.
The
Oh my
winner
god.
is Blaze the Cat.
All right.
Okay, that was a good
All
part.
right.
Oh, okay, I wasn't
For the
exactly-
video, we're
You
not
killed
going-
Blaze!
It's
You
okay.
killed Blaze!
The
Okay,
win,
done
the
with the
win
video.
didn't matter.
No, wait, hold
done.
on.
Oh.
Is this the next time?
Huh? Wait.
Oh,
Hang on, this
is
is Sonic.
Hello.
Oh, it's
Aftermath.
Are you
Aftermath.
well? What? It is all right.
Oh,
Teen
she's in
Titans.
Friendly face.
He's
the
in
Teen
Titans.
Titans 2003 Teen Titans
What?
era.
Now, if she got stuck in the Teen Titans Go universe, that would be hell
That's
on earth.
crazy.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll go fix
Ah.
it.
You
I'll
fell
go
out of
fix
that
it.
rift in dimensions. Whoever your opponent was, they did not survive.
I see.
Oh.
The soul emeralds are missing again. I must find them immediately.
Oh, would you like the help?
I don't need.
EJ and Jukum edited. That's
there
cool.
you go.
Yo, I love the editing here. Good.
There is.
Yes.
There's the Sonic voice actor.
Thankful for your
Oh.
And Beast Boy.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I was also Beast Boy.
truly hope we
Yeah, I
can
caught that
best
too.
of
I just wanted to
friends.
yell at you for Sonic.
How do I always attract
Oh,
these
that's
things?
adorable.
I love
It
that.
would be friends though.
Ultimate
It would.
Sonic.
It would be friend.
Ocean man, take me by the hand to the promised land.
There will be a next time. Letting you know.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah,
I'm curious.
we got one.
Man, this was great. This was really great.
Yeah.
I really
Yeah,
like
I
this.
Yeah.
I like this. This was fun.
Yeah,
Yes.
there is a next time.
Yes.
So many
Hey,
people
what
help
is
bring
it?
this thing to
Let's
life.
see what it is.
Yeah. Hey, there's me.
Yeah, Caucasian. Also shout out to my boy D. Tyler Fultz.
Did we skip past the R's?
Ben and chat for inspiring us overly nitpicky nerds.
Please be gentle.
You guys need to research it.
Please be gentle.
We won't. We won't.
Well,
Next, okay. What's this next time?
Okay.
Already?
Goku vs Superman 4.
No, stop.
In the underground.
Underground.
Oh, is it Undertale?
A new king faces a true hero.
Of
What will
course.
decide victory? Positivity
Or determination?
Yeah, baby!
Yeah!
This is Undyne? That's amazing. I love that. That's amazing. I love that.
Okay.
That's
I've been
amazing.
playing Undertale since I've seen Indie Cross.
Down production. And I want to go ahead and make an announcement right now because I was given the go-ahead. I am really happy to say that I will be voicing Sidon in that battle. So
That is cool. Awesome. That is awesome, man. That is so sick.
Ah, damn.
it is so.
That's cool.
That is all I'm gonna say about it. But it's gonna be so freaking hype. I cannot wait for you guys to see it. Oh, it's so good.
That's
Can't
cool.
wait.
Sidon versus Undyne. That's sick.
That's
a new one I've never heard.
It's really cool.
They're going to have to use a lot from the Hyrule Warriors.
But yeah, that was Blaze versus Starfire, and I am so proud of everybody who worked on this thing, man. Talk about a first impression. Like, they wanted to leave their mark in the most memorable way possible, and they fucking killed it.
You want to know something? This is season 2, Death Battle.
Yeah, it feels like no limitation.
Story.
But this is way longer than any of the longest Death Battle episodes. It's it's almost 15 minutes.
I couldn't imagine a Death Battle episode being this long.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Even longer than the original Goku versus Superman.
It is, yeah.
Honestly, the only way I could see a Death Battle episode being this long if they did something like, I don't know, Avengers versus Justice League, but even then, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I feel like they would want to truncate it a little bit.
They'd probably have to spend an entire year's worth of production on something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
Now that they're not limited by time constraints, then maybe there will be a fight that's that long. Also, that pizza place, that's a brony.
Yeah. The funny thing, by the way, about me voicing Beast Boy was I did not audition for that, but since it was just a one-line thing, and we had just gotten done recording the one line for Sonic, Josh just asked me to do my best Beast Boy impression, and I did. And he was like, "Okay, yeah, no, let's just do that."
All right, I put a meme in chat to show my reaction to this episode.
Let's have a look-see.
Champion's voice.
I owe you an apology. I wasn't really familiar with your game. Oh my god.
Where'd you put it?
I mean, yeah, I'll be the first to say that I didn't hear your Beast Boy line, but now I want to go back and hear it because
yeah.
I was not expecting your Sonic either.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting either.
I figured you got Sonic, but when I heard your voice, I went, "Wait, is that Carrick?" Beast Boy.
Yeah.
I was like, "Is that Carrick the Hedgehog?"
Eric the Hedgehog.
Here it is, right here.
Don't give up, Star! You got this, girl! You can do this!
Yeah, that was good.
Okay, I gotta say this. That sounds way too close to the original.
Shucks, thanks, man.
Alright, we're going to need you for Beast Boy versus Ben.
Oh god, that would be the dumbest. That's the dumbest matchup.
I know it's the dumbest one for a reason.
Blue Beetle versus Ben.
It's just Alien X versus Superman. That's all it is.
Okay, you have to audition for Beast Boy if Death Battle ever does one.
Oh, I'd love to voice Beast Boy on Death Battle. That would be awesome. I want to voice Sonic on Death Battle. But I know that
Honestly,
they got Nicholas Andrew Louis as Sonic, so I want to voice a different version of him.
So I will say you will.
Oh yeah, you can do it. Fleeway.
Yeah, I'll give him a British accent.
Well, no, can you do the crazy the Fleetway Supersonic the maniacal laugh?
Well, that's the thing. He's from the comics, so I don't know what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
you want to know what people use for Fleetway Sonic voice? You want to hear a Fleetway Sonic voice?
Yeah,
Look
here
at
you
the
go.
FNF mine.
I know it's like, I know it's like people consider him to have a Cockney accent.
Look at the FNF mod.
Yeah, I heard you.
Oh, it's also kind of like a Kid Boo. It's like that kind of like really maniacal, like crazy, like childish sounding laugh.
Oh yeah,
it's just when you go like supersonic with Fleetway, you gotta like really destroy your fucking vocal cords and sound like a rabid animal.
I mean, yeah, just like look at his fucking eyes.
You know, this is a little
Fleetway Supersonic looks like he did like a shit ton of cocaine right before.
Bro, that is I popped off so hard. I popped off so hard when she said the oath for the Blue Lanterns.
No, her saying the oath was hype as fuck.
Yeah, because I'll say this right now, like the oaths for every lantern are just so fun to say like out loud that it's just like hearing that was just so hype. Like, yeah, let's go.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Starfire was gonna win here.
Yeah,
me too.
A lot of people do.
Well, you know,
Come on, Blaze.
You turned up the fucking volume for your voice.
No reason.
No. We don't know who that is. It's just it's a really nice sounding guy.
Character hedgehog.
It's like someone in this call.
Yeah, this sounds a lot like somebody in this species.
No, but the main reason I didn't want to like focus too much on it was because like I didn't want to take away from how crazy the choreography goes here specifically.
This is sick as hell. This is really good choreography.
This fight is big.
Yeah. And shout out to the voice actors as well. Like they all did a fantastic job.
I want to know who made the animation. Is that it was peak? Is it Origin?
I think Origin only helped. Did Origin do it?
Hey, some of the animations did look like they came from
Cronaboi.
Yeah.
Pixel artists.
By the way, Steve, like we met Steve and I met Bold King Cole at the Death Battle event.
Yeah, we did.
One of the animators did
Oh,
look
it's
like
animators.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, Son, I know that guy. Wow.
Yeah, Son is really like he can hang with the best of them. I wouldn't be surprised if Death Battle picks him up one of these days.
They gotta pick him up.
And my boy Levi as well. So yeah,
they're the 2D animators.
Yeah. I actually don't see Origin. I actually don't see Origin.
I don't see
on
Origin
here.
anywhere.
Interesting.
Yeah, Origin.
I mean, either way, the people who animated this, like, they absolutely killed it.
Because Origin
Origin
is in the server, so I guess I just sort of assumed.
Blaze killed it. Like, I want to know who voice actor Star. Like, that was perfect. And look, DJ.
DJ and Jukum, yeah, they helped edit it.
Oh my god, the editing now makes sense. Oh my god.
Yeah, they got Thies alone as Starfire and Elena Michelle as Blaze. Like they had some crazy yells like going on throughout. And Vanilla Crescent has a really good Starfire voice.
Wait, where's your credit?
It's right there.
Right there. It's right under. It's right there.
Sonic and Beast Boy.
Okay.
I used my real name because I felt like that made more sense.
Fair.
And, as well as
professionalism.
As well as Josh crediting himself twice for some reason.
Josh, what are you doing?
Well, because
Arabelle was Raven.
Well, yeah, no, like at least with it's like as herself in Raven. I don't know why he didn't say Josh as himself in Kid Flash. I don't know why it had to be like on different sides of the credits.
How do you do it?
Maybe he forgot. I don't know.
I think it's a nostalgia critic thing. He likes to distance himself from his YouTube persona.
But then Aramau as herself in Raven. So
Aramau is her YouTube persona and herself.
So okay.
Yeah.
The two exist at once.
Yeah. It's
it's
like Schrodinger's cat.
He has two different YouTube channels. One under his YouTube name, and the other one under his real name, which is his reaction channel.
Yeah. This was such a crazy outing.
Jasper Pie Pizza.
And,
I mean, in terms of just like a first episode for like a brand new Versus show, I don't think you can get any better than this. This was amazing.
Yeah, good. This
like,
was really good.
Oh, a great start.
Like when it comes to
how many people were actually afraid this would be just like every other Death Battle parody?
No, I had full faith in them. I honestly, this is up there with like Pokemon Trainer versus Ness when it comes to like the best versus content outside of Death Battle. Like it is like top tier, like hanging amongst them.
Yeah.
You think they'll ever get Moro to help animate?
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, you never know.
I mean, hey, anything's possible.
Moro makes two
Anything is
good
possible.
death battles, and everyone's like, "Yo, Moro should animate everything."
Well, I mean, and also
Indie
Cross.
I mean, just based on what he did for
Yeah.
Indie Cross episode 2, I think he should just like have his own animation studio.
Okay, I'm going to ask one quick question about Indie Cross, and this will determine whether or not I watch it. Is quote in either episode?
Is quote?
You know what? I think
fuck, my headphones went out. I didn't hear you.
You know what? I think every indie studio should give him a budget so that he can make it into an actual streaming series.
The game. Oh, honestly. Cave Story. No.
Yeah, Cave Story quote.
No, not yet.
You. Oh, come on. I'm not watching it then.
I mean, hey, never say never. He's like he's adding new people like every time. So
I'm tired of quote. Yeah, I'm tired of quote disrespect.
Caves.
How long did episode 1 came out? How long did episode 1 came out? Because I know it was like
2 years ago or something.
Well, actually,
I'm pretty sure. Like
2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember seeing a tweet. Moro's like, people when they ask me to make episode 3, he just shows them pulling out a gun.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm not asking him to make episode 3. I just want him to make quote.
Fair, episode 1 was shorter.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So May 19th, 2023.
Oh God, so, May 19th.
Yeah.
I think that's when I graduated, actually.
So.
Oh no! Don't tell Kane about that shit.
Don't tell who?
Wrestling joke, you wouldn't get it.
All right. Well, look, I wouldn't be so up about it if it wasn't for the fact that episode 2 ends on a really crazy cliffhanger. So I want episode 3 as soon as we can.
A crazy cliffhanger and an insane post-credit scene.
What are y'all's predictions? Because like the heroes got separated. Where do you think they're gonna end up?
Well, no. We're here. Hold on. We're here to talk about Starfire versus Blaze. We're here to talk about Starfire versus Blaze. Like let's not get off topic.
This fucking shit just to glaze more.
Like somebody brought up Moro for literally no reason. We don't need to glaze him in every single one of my reactions.
Fair enough.
I better not hear Moro's name for tomorrow's reaction. I will fucking lose my shit.
Let's save Indie Cross until after recording.
Yeah. Okay. So I want us to talk about more things that we loved here.
Alright, the animation team fucking cooked for this episode.
The sprites look so good.
Yeah, like sprites look crazy.
The Starfire sprites, like I think, are actually custom. Like they had to make them completely for this.
Yeah, maybe Origin made the Starfire sprites. Maybe.
Well, it looks so good though.
I didn't see Origin anywhere in the credits.
And the Blue Lantern sprite, oh my god.
The Blue Lantern transformation just goes hard.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the oath is one thing, but like the hand-drawn animation for like her getting the outfit is great. I love it.
Yeah, they gave her a magical girl transformation for a Blue Lantern ring. That's hard.
They literally did not have to include it at all because it really is such an inconsequential thing in the grand scheme of things. Her having that Blue Lantern.
But it makes sense for her to be a Blue Lantern.
So yeah, it's one of those things where I'm very happy they included it.
But look what Hal did. Ruined it.
Yeah, fuck you, Hal.
I hope you get stepped on next time. Hope you get stepped on by Sonic's giant feet.
No. Oh my god.
No. Look, if I can voice the more I can voice Sonic in just anything, the more that makes me happy because I love that character. I'm an autistic little boy, so he's one of my comfort characters.
Yeah.
So
fair. I think it might convince me to see a Starfire versus Blaze happen. Like this convinces.
Huh?
What?
You cut out.
Sorry. I want to see this happen on Death Battle now.
No.
I think let this just exist on its own.
Yeah, I feel like if Death Battle tried to do it, I don't know. It was.
I would
Let's just-
rather
let's-
like this to exist
Yeah.
for like matchups that are probably not going to happen on Death Battle, but are still cool to talk about.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
obviously,
Exactly.
play Starfire. The next time being Sidon and Undyne.
Like, do you honestly
That's
think?
why
Yeah, do you honestly
Yeah.
think
Let's
Death
be
Battle
honest.
would ever do that episode, Sidon versus Undyne?
Yeah.
Yeah, and even
No.
then, I just feel like it might be better to like just do a different matchup for Blaze on Death Battle.
Yeah, I think this should just have its time in the light, you know?
Yeah.
Let it shine.
Similar bars.
And I think also
Yeah.
also to try and say that oh cool, it's cool that Triple F did this. Now let's see Death
Wait,
Battle
hold
do
on.
this. I feel like that low key kind of like devalues Triple F as its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he's put a lot of hard work into this. Like, 50 minutes, that's like, not even, Death Battle has not come close to that since, I don't even know.
Like Goku versus Superman is 15 minutes shorter than this episode, and that's still the longest episode of the show.
Yeah.
That speaks
part of
for
it
how
is
passionate
because
he was for it.
part of it is because the ending analysis. It's like, hey, we gotta go over fucking everything.
Yeah.
We can't cut corners.
Which is funny because, like, in a lot of ways, I think this does stuff that I actually prefer to Death Battle. Like, the ending analysis, like, that goes as in-depth as I would want, like, most versus
Yeah.
shows to, like, have, like, ending analysis to be.
It's
Okay,
12.
and
It's
I'm
12
with-
minutes long. Oh my god.
Yeah, like, what's the
and-
what's the longest Death Battle, like, ending analysis? Like, Naruto Ichigo?
No, you want no. I know the
man.
I know the answer to that. Unironically, you know what it is? The fucking 7 Battle Royale. That's the longest ending results we've ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not even exaggerating.
Yeah.
I really did like this analysis because it went over the feats again, the low end and high end scaling, to just to
Yeah.
show the numbers of like this is the range of this character is very much. I love it.
I really like the inclusion of slightly and like a lot for the advantages as well.
Yeah, slight advantage, strong advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, slight and
Also-
strong. There you go.
Also, they haven't posted a comment on yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if Death Battle actually made a comment.
And yeah, no, like to show some support.
I mean, yeah, that would be great. Like, Death Battle acknowledging that,
See-
like, you know, they have their other people that were inspired by them, and thus, you know.
This is my favorite
their own
thing
thing is cool.
that they included.
This
I think
enti- this
like
enti-
putting the win conditions into perspective. I think is really
Yeah.
important for these kinds of shows because
yeah.
a lot of people don't really consider that all the time.
Like,
And-
they don't, like, there's, like, multiple opportunities for these characters to win against
Like-
each other.
See, that was that was a big
love
thing. That was
I
a big
love
thing
that
for
because-
me with Ghost Rider versus Spawn because during the lead up to that episode, I kept seeing so many people be like, Ghost Rider has a massive power advantage, like he's like way stronger than Spawn. But I'm constantly asking, okay, how does he kill him? And they're like, every time they say, oh, he's like this much stronger, like he can do all these things, I'm like, how does he kill him? How does he kill him? How does he kill him? And then the episode released, and he doesn't, and he straight up had no win conditions. So
He had no way to kill Spawn.
that's why this screen matters to me. Win conditions are a very underrated part, I feel, when it comes
Okay.
to the research side that people don't consider that much, at least
Okay.
in general audiences.
I gotta say, I love that Wisp sprite for Blaze.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But this moment was funny. Her being like, "Oh shit." I'm so
Dodge.
high up.
Yeah, I just love that part where, like, she's just high up in the air. She's like, "Oh shit, wait, I have a fear of heights."
and then she goes,
Even
to
though-
space.
Yeah, even though she literally just goes to space not even that long.
Yeah.
Can I say that this transformation goes so hard?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a really good transformation.
And, we don't need to say it, but
I mean, it's one thing that, like, the transformation is cool as hell, but the track, like, just raising in intensity as it's happening, that's peak.
the
right
track,
there.
the track was hard. Brandon Yates cooked once again.
Is the track out? I need to see if the track's out.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I want to know.
I wonder if Brandon's gonna post on his YouTube channel. I'm sure he
I
will.
hope. I'd be down to listen to that on the car ride to school.
And also Blaze is like, let's play a game.
I would like to play a game. We're forced to watch all 400 episodes of Teen Titans Go.
No!
You know, honestly,
Don't
I'd
ever bring that
rather
again.
die.
Don't ever bring that. I hated that.
Oh, there's a
Oh,
there's a preview for it.
And
Well, yeah, but that's been up for months.
I hated that scene bad.
I hope that other Death Battle reactors react to this. So that it
They
gets
better.
out.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, that's my main goal with doing a reaction video for this. I want to bring more attention to this series because I want it to do well. I really do. I want this to pop off.
To
give these creators the best they deserve.
So yeah, so I think now's a good time to like go round robin, get some final thoughts out. We'll go like alphabetical order. Cooler, let's get some. What's on your mind about this?
Well, I am so glad this is finally out, and I'm glad this is not a one-time thing.
Yeah.
I was surprised to hear that they were doing this because of what happened with Rooster Teeth. And even though Death Battle came back, they still continued to do it.
Steve?
I fucking put money into this shit, and I am very much a big fan of it. So much. I love seeing just new content. I love seeing a new style of the formula that we're all used to. Kind of reminds me a lot of Season 2. I will say reminds me a lot of Season 2. And again, the way they do the scaling, the way they show the win conditions, like, it does a lot different, where it doesn't feel like, oh, this is copy and paste. No, this is its own show with its own merits. The animation was great, the track was great, the casting was great, except for Sonic.
Fair.
It was... it was just all great, and I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah. Behemoth.
But what about Beast Boy?
Oh, Beast Boy was eye casting. I mean, they could have gotten someone a little bit better, but I can understand. They were just like, "Oh, you'll do it." They grabbed some like bum off the street that was like, "Hey, you want like $2?"
They should have gotten a real green guy to voice him.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on.
Where's the green representation in media?
I think it'd be funny if Death Battle will actually watch this and then contacted Raccoon the next. At some point, asking him to audition for Beast Boy.
Please.
That'd be awesome.
Open.
Hey, all I'm saying is it doesn't have to be Beast Boy. I'm cool with anyone. Behemoth.
I had a very casual following of this. I guess the first episode of this brand new series. But like now that I've seen it in full. I subscribe to Josh for a reason now. Like, I am so in for more of this kind of content. Great analyses, great fights. Like, oh my god, yeah. It feels like this is just the beginning of something amazing.
Yeah.
Also subscribe to his other channel, Joshua Burner, to see his reactions.
Indeed.
Yes.
Huntimis.
Yes, that is his actual name.
That's
Huntimis.
That's a badass.
How poetic then that his first fight for his new verse series is between two fire girls.
Yep.
His original Josh Gorcher wasn't even his original name when I started subscribing to him.
Huntimis turn.
This was just really fun. Fun analyses, fun animation, voice acting, and soundtrack was on point, and that's almost what I got. All I got. It's really fun.
Yeah, MadokaSailor.
Was my turn?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Huntimis, did you have one more thing to say?
No. You can go.
Okay.
Sure. Everything about this was everything. Expression, the ending, can't get over. I'm supporting the show. I always.
You're cutting out.
Sorry.
I think we got the gist of it.
We got the gist.
Zeostorm, finally.
Dio?
He might not be able to talk. Well,
he was talking earlier.
Yeah. Oh well. My final thoughts. I love that versus animations have been like across the board, been putting more and more focus on the character and the way that they interact with each other, like the crossover aspect. Like that's what I come to for these kinds of things. And the actual like fighting surrounding it is just as good, but like made elevated even more so by how much I enjoy these two and the way that they interacted, and like it so perfectly Starfire and Blaze, and like it couldn't have been anybody else like in their shoes. It wasn't just like any other like flying brick could have been and like inserted into here. So loved all the effects that they had. Loved the variations they had. Like it's a space battle, but like they did so much with the environment and their abilities, and like they got me to care a lot about what was going on, and yeah, just that shot is so fucking crazy right there.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's really cool.
And seriously, major shout out to the editors for the analysis sections. That goes so damn hard.
Zeo's back.
Zeo.
My computer crashed up. I gotta say, as for a beginner animator and seeing all the animation, the voice acting, the research, everything, it's so perfect. Josh is doing so well, and just as becoming an animator himself, this gives me so much hope on who I want to be in the future, and I'm very happy to say this is a really great start to what he has to cook.
Yeah. So we will definitely be there for Sidon versus Undyne.
We kind of legally have to be there because a certain someone is voicing it.
Someone had to get cast as Sidon.
Someone had to be talented in this group. Come on.
That was my psyop. Now you guys feel contractually peer pressured into coming to the next one.
I can't believe VA is a CIA psyop. What the fuck?
I hope I can voice for one of these days.
Yeah, just get some practice.
I would love to voice for a versus show one day. That'd be awesome.
Hell yeah.
I would too.
If I want to voice one of these, but I want to be a mook that just dies in the background that just goes, oh shit, and it just it's caved in. I want to be collateral. That's my goal.
Well, that's the thing. I don't think anybody's caught it yet. That I sort of brought that to fruition in my season 3 review, like for the Flash versus Quicksilver segment, for the guy that's screaming and being like thrown around the tornado. That's Steve's scream that I put in there. Like,
That's how you use that screen.
Hold on, I'll go to it because nobody's commented on it. So let me.
Damn, I yelled in my car for that shit.
Yeah, let me make sure. Because I think. Oh yeah, here it is. The whole way through. Fight back! Fight back! I'm sure Shaq and Psycho Dino are fine animators, but these are supposed to be two of the fastest characters in fiction, and yet their fight feels almost as sluggish as Bowser versus Ganon. That being said, it's not quite on the same level of suckage. Some of the concepts are decent, like Barry redirecting the tornado. With less stilted pacing, I could see this scene being hype, even if the bird barrage right after is kinda dumb. But there's one Silver, and
I think it was might have been earlier.
Freebie speed, no reason at all. It's frustrating. Deadpool versus Deathstroke, where it was meant to show the difference in
where is it?
Same goes for Dante versus Bayonetta and Deadpool versus Deathstroke, where it was meant to for fighting in pokes, and Guts versus Nightmare for doing. I'm embarrassed. Like I can't find this thing. It's around here somewhere.
No, I think the file is still on my phone though.
I'm embarrassed. My computer lagged out.
Oh yeah. Well, no worries.
Yeah. Technology can be.
It still doesn't vibe with me.
Fastest bullshit.
But here I wasn't a big fan of the character's writing. Like, I know he used to be a villain, but here...
I think it was here,
Imagine seeing them run through... It's like everything is moving in real time.
Okay, I think it's around
Especially
here.
when we see the birds flying like normal, or this bystander screaming during the tornado. So by the time it gets...
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. I literally just... Full context of how that was recorded. I just sat in my car going, all right, hold on, I'm going to scream out loud. I just screamed at the top of my lungs.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Jonathan, welcome. Did you...
Oh, hey.
Jonathan, when you saw my season 3 review, did you know that Steve had a small cameo in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Birds flying like normal.
Right here.
Or this bystander screaming during the tornado.
What are we watching?
Oh,
we just
got done watching Starfire versus Blaze.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen it?
I didn't know it was out.
Yeah, no.
It came out today.
Yeah, we
watched the fight.
Came out today.
You want to watch the fight?
Yeah.
I watched it on my own time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Fair enough.
I need to end this reaction anyway. It's getting close to 2 hours.
Yeah. I told you to be 2 hours. I told you.
Can you do a request?
I didn't even know you were reacting.
Yeah.
Can you do a request for the outro?
What's that?
Show us the voice you're gonna be doing.
Ooh, I kind of want to keep that a surprise.
NDA.
Okay, all right, here it is. It's a me, Sidon, Prince of the
There we go.
Zoras.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
his voice.
Perfect.
All right, you got,
Perfect.
okay. All right, you got me
Great.
sold.
Wrap it up.
Yo,
Wrap it
Link.
up, wrap it up.
Hey, Link, I was hoping you'd be willing to talk. All right.
Why do you make it sound like you're about to kill Link?
Well, that's what he says when he first meets Sidon. That's what he says.
All right, okay, no, wrap it up.
All right, yeah, thank you all so much for joining us for this incredible video.
Yeah.
I hope you all liked it as much as we did, and be sure to stay tuned for Sidon versus Undyne. Take care.